We are live.
Grave digger without a shovel.
Hello and welcome. I'm Nosh, and today we are playing a one-shot adventure by J.C. Connors entitled Lands of the Dark Witch. Set in the early 15th century of medieval Germany, this adventure takes our heroes into a shadowy story of intrigue amongst clergy, knights, nobility, and commoners. Look in the video description to find links to our compressed audio podcasts, our blog, our Discord channel, and our Wiki and Facebook pages. And we also want to welcome into the game FX Engineer. It's good to have you with us.
It's great to be here.
And now, are you sitting comfortably? And if you are, then we are going to begin.
Wait, I didn't realize comfort was a requirement.
Well,
not for you.
Not for you then. So let's get the players to introduce their characters. You decide what you want to share with each other, and we'll start. We'll just start as we appear in the up on the top screen. We'll start with Viet.
Actually, start the other way. Let me find my info. So, start with someone else, please.
How about Sister Marguerite? Are you good to go?
Sure, I'll throw something together. Right, so Sister Marguerite, she is a hot nun. That's all you need to know. I'm kidding. She's
Naughty
a
ninja
very-
nun.
She's very attractive.
Ninja.
So basically, she worked in an abbey, and she has managed to work herself into a position of respect from the elderly nuns in the abbey. She has been sent to actually assist Father. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher this. Poncelet, to help him be able to translate from French to German. But it turns out that he doesn't really need a translator. So she's decided to just kind of stick around and help out. So that's basically what she's doing. She's kind of crafty, a little sneaky, and basically a hot nun. There you go.
Awesome. Thank you. Nicholas, are you ready to go?
Yeah. My prospects seem to be getting better here with Sister Marguerite. So Nicholas is, he's a crafter, like woodworker kind of person, and he's basically built his home and starting to set up. He's trying to like get his family and his life going. He's looking for a wife. Good-looking guy, if maybe a little bit overweight. Just trying to get his, a lot of the history that's happened. A lot of people were killed after the revolt, so it's created some opportunities for him in terms of his business. And that I did mention he's looking for a wife.
Excellent. Thank you. How about Father Poncelet?
Father Poncelet is an elderly and rather strict Dominican investigator. He is returning from France after inexplicably tracking the Cathar hair conspiracy, even though that sort of died out 50, 60 years ago. But regardless, he's strict, no nonsense, highly skeptical in all things, particularly all things supernatural. Even though he has been asked to come here by Bishop Gerhard to Würzburg because the bishop believes he has an infestation of witches, which, the father thinks is rubbish.
Excellent. Volrad.
Vorad is, he was a revolutionary who found a second chance. Throughout his life, he's been quite unlucky in many things. And unfortunately, this has given him some sense of, he's kind of callous, and whatnot. And was actually one of the revolutionaries that actually did get caught. And while watched many of his friends die, he was the old bishop found some grace for him, to which he returned such grace by becoming quite the loyal servant of the church, and getting a job as the grave digger. He's a little bit fidgety and nervous around most folks, but he has definitely proven himself to be quite loyal to the church and the clergy. That's about it.
I'm suspicious. He's a gravedigger without a shovel.
I know. I just don't have a shovel. I lost my
Excellent.
shovel, apparently.
Is Viet Heilingsschwert ready to go?
Yes.
That's your cue.
Yeah, I can't multitask. I'm adjusting images and stuff at the same time. I'm an old PC.
He's a busy fellow.
All right, Viet is a knight who has returned home from skirmishes in Prussia against the nobles of the Lizard Union. His last battle was a complete disaster where a standard bearer signaled a retreat when it wasn't ordered, or accidentally signaled a retreat when it wasn't ordered. And in the confusion, he was hit in the head by a Prussian glaive. This weapon has pierced his helm, knocked him clean out, and since then he has suffered from dizziness and head pain. The slightest blow will send him reeling. He also blames this accident or incident with his quickened temper. He drinks a lot of ale to dull the pain, but due to his injury, he's not sure whether he will reunite with his fellow knights in the spring campaign in Poland.
Excellent, thank you. So for our listeners and viewers, I'm just going to read this little bit of background as you heard little tidbits about some revolution of some kind. So here's the background. The adventure is set in 1404 in Germany, in the town of Würzburg. In the year 1400, the towns of Würzburg, Gebrunn, and Bergtheim fought for independence against their ruler, the elderly Bishop Gerhard. Angry at him for harsh taxes, the rebels destroyed his new fortress and occupied his cathedral, hoping the king would intervene on their behalf. He did not. And the bishops, knights, and nobles, they crushed the insurgency. In Würzburg, over 1,000 were killed, 4 of the town's patricians were drawn and quartered, and 100 rebel leaders were beheaded or drowned in the river Main. The bishop assigned a man named Jacob, along with one of his knights, Wilhelm Geyer von Gabelstadt, to rule Würzburg. Gabelstadt harshly demands reparations from the town on the lost lives and damages to the bishop's properties. And now only 1,500 people reside in Würzburg, though another 100 fugitives hide in the forests in the vicinity. So with that background in mind, we are going to begin. And we are going to begin at midnight. And wherever you decide you are going to be in Würzburg at midnight, the town bell is starting to ring out, and you can hear folks screaming for help. And there are people running to and fro in the streets, and screams are just starting to emerge out into the alleyways and streets of Würzburg. What do you do?
Get out of bed and go forth to investigate.
Put my shovel down and wander over to the gate. That's why I don't have a shovel later.
Somewhat inebriated, Viet will stumble out and see what is up.
Marguerite is asleep, and the bells will wake her up, I'm assuming, and she will get up and throw on a dressing gown or whatever equates to that and step out into the night.
And Nicholas.
Yeah, it sounds like, is this like after bedtime? If it's after bedtime, then Nicholas is very fearful. He's suspicious of the woods. So he steps outside of his little house that he built and is looking off into the woods.
All right. So Nicholas, we'll say that your house, unless your background specifically specifies it's not in Würzburg, but as you look out, you can see that the the manor house belonging to Jacob, the burgomaster, is on fire. It's on fire from the upper floor. And Sister Marguerite, Father Poncelet, Volrad, and Viet, as you stumble off into the streets, you start to see people screaming about the burgomaster's manor house is on fire, and people are running for the river with buckets.
Well, sounds like I need to go and try to help as much as I can, being an old man.
How much does he like the burgomaster?
I don't even know if I know any of them.
Marguerite will try to grab a bucket if there's one nearby and try to go organize like a, what is it, the fire brigade thing, or, you know, where you pass the buckets to try to put out a fire.
Bucket brigade?
Yeah, that.
All right. And yeah, sure. You you see people are already starting to form up a bucket brigade, but others are just simply doing what they can to haul water up in their own buckets. Anyone going directly over to the manor house?
Okay, so this is Burgermaster Jacob, right? He's the knights, or is that? I'm trying to.
He's burgomaster is like the town, the mayor, if you will.
I only know that because of Curse of Strahd.
It says the bishop assigned a man named Jacob along with one of his knights. Oh, okay, okay. So Jacob is okay. Actually, so Nicholas is trying to, at this point, be in his good graces. So he will definitely look for a way to help with the bucket brigade. Actually, he will probably go to the house first to see, just his ability, his crafting skills. Like that's what he's a master builder, and see if he can help out in any way there.
Very well. And Volrad?
He's used to manual labor, so he'll get involved with part of the bucket line and try and help put the fire out.
And Viet?
Well, he's a hero. He's a knight. So he's going to rush over there and see if he needs to rush into a burning building and save some people.
So Poncelet, Volrad, Viet, Nicholas, as you sort of converge on the manor house, you see that indeed the upper floor is just broiling in smoke and flames, and there are some folks who are just standing helplessly outside. Others, of course, running for the river for water. And then suddenly you can hear shouting from inside the manor, and the front doors fly open, and a young servant comes screaming out with a wet blanket over her head, and she runs right into Viet and kind of looks up and screams again. And she says, "You must help the burgomaster. He's trapped inside. He's trapped inside. I think something's fallen on him. And one of the kitchen servants, Dorothy, she's also somewhere inside. Please help."
The blanket that she has over her, the wet blanket, Viet will grab that. He will find someone that has a bucket. Without sort of asking, he will just sort of grab the bucket, and then, it'll be a bucket that still has water in it. And then,
Funny if it didn't.
Yeah, it wouldn't help him very much.
Yeah, that's not water.
Ooh, someone timed out.
Oh, comm junkie's disconnected again.
And he's typing it, just going, ah.
All right. So, Viet, you're going to get a bucket of water.
Take the blanket, and he's going to rush inside to be a hero.
Okay. Is anyone going to rush in with him? There is smoke billowing out from that front door, and there are windows around the manor house as well, but the upper floor is completely engulfed.
I am looking at my disads and advantages to see if Poncelet is dumb enough to go in there. I don't think he is.
Um, so Nicholas is he's evaluating. I don't know if I could roll maybe for architecture, besides the smoke and fire danger, but like the safety of the building if it's going to collapse or anything like that. From what I could see.
You definitely know without even rolling that this thing is not going to be saved, despite all the water everyone's bringing.
Yeah, well, at this point, we're trying to save the rest of the village or town, whatever.
There's I think the burgomaster's up there and some other woman.
Right. Yeah, I don't think Poncelet's gonna go in there, or Poncelai. I don't know how the hell do you...
Poncelets works. And Sister Marguerite, how about you? You're organizing the bucket brigade?
Yes.
All right.
Pointing people into a line and getting them to pass buckets.
And whatever would Calm Junkie's character do? I wonder.
He said he was getting into the bucket brigade because he's like knows manual labor. Is that him?
Howdy.
All right, he's back. Excellent.
Right.
So, are you? Is your character going to try to enter into the burning manor behind Viet, or is he going to simply try to help with getting buckets up to the manor?
Is a burgomaster generally considered a decent fellow around here?
Probably not, because if he was installed by the bishop who was revolted against.
He's revolting.
Yeah, I guess it depends on which side of the revolution you fall on.
Exactly. And
Right.
you were on
I was a
the losing
revolutionary.
side. You were on the losing side. Don't think
Yep.
necessarily it was the wrong side.
Yeah, I'm just gonna help try and try and help just put the fire out because fires are just generally bad. But unless I'm asked directly to go in and help by one of the other people that I'm familiar with, like the friar or the father or Sister Marguerite.
I'm not generally from here.
Is
Actually,
the
I'm kind of
servant
a stranger.
is the servant girl that walked out, is she attractive?
Yeah, no, not. You don't find her terribly attractive. She's all covered in soot, ash, coughing, yada yada yada.
But check out that naughty ninja nun over there.
Well, Nicholas is not. I think he's not brave enough to go inside the smoke and burning building, but he will go check on the servant girl and make sure she's okay.
Okay. So, Viet, you rush into the burning building and you go into a central hall area, and it's just filled with smoke. And you will have to put a perception hearing-based roll at -3 into the box if you'd like to try to listen for possibly shouts for help.
Whoops.
That's not in the box.
That's okay. So you can hear some shouting. It appears to be coming from your left.
Uh-oh, you got to take the left-hand path.
Well, then Viet will exit stage left towards the source of the sound, and he'll shout out, "I'm coming!"
So there's a door in front of you. Do you open it?
Has Viet read the book Backdraft?
Nope.
So Viet will open the door using the blanket. He's going to assume it's like a metal door handle or something like that, so it's probably going to be burning hot. So he'll use the blanket to open the door.
All right. You open the door and find yourself in another room, and through the smoke, you see a door to your immediate left and a door to your immediate right. Through the smoke that's billowing in from above and from from the upper floors.
Where are you?
All right. So make one more hearing roll, please, at -3.
In the box?
Sure. You think you heard something from the door to the left, but you can't be sure.
So Viet will head towards the left door.
This is partially open.
He will kick it open, have a look in the room.
You see a dining area, big dining table with chairs around it. Thankfully, no fires going on. As you enter the room, you can't see anyone. And at this point, I'm going to ask you to make a health roll just in the open, please.
Start coughing, bro.
He has fit. So this is made at +1.
Woohoo! Excellent. So despite the smoke getting into your lungs, the use of that wet towel, putting it over your mouth and nose is helping. And you turn around and you see the other door that you didn't open.
Okay. Viet will he will head towards that door.
So that door is also closed.
He will do the same. He'll use the blanket to hold the door handle and open it.
Very well.
And he'll shout out, "Where are you?"
And you throw the door open, and through the smoke in this room, you can see some timber have come down and crashed through the roof. There's flames kind of flickering up along the ceiling from the fire above. And through the smoke, you see what appears to be a man fallen beneath a log or a timber. And there is someone standing over him in a dark cloak. And at this point...
Ruh-roh. That is a lot of smoke. Oh, I was wondering about that. He's the only one that can see what's going on.
I think if you click on my character, then you can see what he can see.
Yeah, if everyone tries to click on his character, can they see what he sees?
No.
I'm assuming that's the front entrance.
That's correct.
So people can't see what Viet sees if they click on his character?
Nope. Hold on. I can do a thing.
There might be an option that you have to check for that.
You mean click on like the little character sheet? Because I don't see a token.
the token.
I posted in Discord what I see.
I don't see a token.
There is an option, I think.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see, would it be party vision and movement?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, I've just turned that to on.
Suddenly see things.
We see stuff.
Okay, what do you see?
Top
A
left.
room,
The
broken
same thing that
body,
he sees.
beam.
Yeah, I have the Twitch stream on one screen and the Fantasy Grounds on the other. So I was like, "Oh, hey!"
Is that the front of the building?
That's correct.
All right, so where's the cloaked figure?
One moment.
And does the cloaked figure look like he or she? He's red. I'm running away. Does the cloaked... Okay, so the token there is not under the wood.
I think that's the cloaked figure. It's a witch.
So Dorothea is the cloaked figure. GM?
Sorry, yes, Dorothea is the cloaked figure.
Dude,
I
she
have to
doesn't
hit
look like-
I have to hit the right button to talk.
that does
So,
help.
so we're going to get you to make another health check, open health check.
Again, this is a +1. So succeed by 0.
Okay. And so you again managed to hold off the coughing fits from the smoke. You see the cloaked figure hunched over this form with a beam over them, and you see them raise their hand, and you get you get the sense that distinct impression that they are just finishing stabbing this person.
Okay.
The plot thickens.
And then this person spins around, and you
That's
see
right.
this. You see
He's
this.
going all grudge on you, buddy. Well, sorta.
And with dark eyes blazing with hatred and teeth like broken glass, she shrieks at you. And with a knife grasped in her hand, she makes a movement for you.
You should just like knock her into the fire.
Throw the bucket of water on her. I've seen Oz.
You don't have a bucket of water.
Well, it was a bucket of something.
Yeah, but I thought you dumped it on yourself.
No, he took that as backup for when his blanket dries out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, he took that to throw on the witch.
Right.
Does she seem like she's affected by the smoke and such?
No, not that you can tell. She simply makes a move for you
With a knife.
Says, grr, arg.
with a knife in her hand. Yep.
All right.
So we'll go into combat.
Man, we suddenly heard the Unlock Time music start playing.
Now,
Would-
did you said she shrieked. Do those of us outside hear the shriek as well?
If you want to make a hearing check at -5, go for it.
This will be fun. Nope.
Valrad loses his hearing.
So distracted that he doesn't have his shovel right now.
Yep, it's like I feel naked without a shovel.
So you don't hear anything except the burning of timber, the shrieks of people, people shouting, "Get more water! Get more water!"
What is the likelihood that Viet would have had his sword on his person while he was, in the tavern or wherever?
As you like to say, let's allow the universe to decide.
All right.
He sounds like a knight's always going to be prepared.
Unless they're drunk. He's gonna go for it and realize he's got a shovel in his hand.
All right. So,
Where that shovel came from.
and it's not uncommon for nobles to be armed. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's uncommon for them to be armed, no. But this
Actual knight.
this is Dorothy, and she's just a servant of some description.
no, I mean for Viet. So on a neutral or better, he will have his sword strapped to his side.
Yeah, if you're a knight, an actual knight.
He would grab his sword before he put on his underwear.
So we'll say that you had your sword at your side, even while you were drinking your face off.
Yeah, but because knights are one of the only ones that are expected to be running around armed.
All right. So she's charging with like murderous intent.
Oh, I would say beyond murderous.
I think she's flickering between the various hexes, so it's like she's zigzagging.
So Viet will shout, "What are you doing?" And he'll fast draw his sword, and he'll be taking all-out defense, stepping back. So he'll step back into the other room. You have to unlock tokens.
Yeah. Done.
Don't you have to
She-
declare which one?
He's going
Oh,
to
double-
be taking. What's his defense like?
Probably parry, double parry, or not double parry, but increased parry, since he doesn't have a shield.
He will take the increased defense.
Okay. She lunges at you, step and attack.
Grr, arg.
And it'll be an all-out attack, sorry. How about that? And she'll do it 2 attacks at you.
Apparently, she doesn't like you.
It's a possible hit and a possible hit.
So retreating, His first defense will be to parry. 1 moment, I'll have to calculate that. The import didn't calculate it.
It didn't?
What? A knight without combat reflexes?
Seriously?
You lost them. It's that head wound.
So parry will be 9.
Wow. You're a terrible Knigget.
He will use some extra effort.
All right.
And so this will be at +3.
Wait, is the sword his primary weapon, or does he have another preferred weapon?
The sword is his primary weapon. With the +3, that is just a success.
Okay.
His second defense. Actually, no, I had a further +2 on that from defense. Second one will be a dodge, so this is going to be at +5.
Okay. So you nimbly avoid one slash and parry the other slash.
Now the GM has to advance. You might
Over
wanna
to you,
just-
Viet.
Yeah, you might want to just click on the skip for everybody else.
Good point.
All right, since you all out attacked, Viet realizes the situation is dire, the building is burning. He doesn't have time to muck around. He's going to do a telegraphed thrust to the vitals. Are there any penalties for smoke or anything like that?
No, I don't think so. It's thick, but you're right in front of her.
So this is an overall +1. Just as well.
Whoa.
All right, so you're impaling. Roll your damage.
Wah, wah.
So that's going to be 12 in total, correct?
Yes.
That's going to hurt a little bit.
Yep.
Plus -5 on the knockdown just because it's a vital strike.
So we're going to roll against health, I believe, for the knockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
-5.
Major wound to the vitals. Or I guess it's vitals.
Good times.
So Dorothy takes the extent of your thrust, gasps, coughs up a bloody black ichor, and falls to the ground.
Black ichor.
Is this fright check inducing?
I would think so. You've seen many things, but not exactly black ichor coming out of somebody's mouth when you impale them. How about I was going to say, how about a fright check at -3?
Okay, so that's a
Outstanding, he
fail.
failed.
But you're in combat.
True. So that's at a +5, I think.
It is.
That's too bad. I wanted to see the first Gothic fright check roll.
So you steel yourself despite the gore that erupts from her mouth. She plunges to the ground and she is stunned.
The person in the room under the beams, are they most definitely dead, like stabbed to death?
You can't tell. You'd have to move over there.
All right, but she's stunned. This servant is stunned, not down and out.
No.
Okay, then Viet is going to rinse and repeat. He's going to do exactly the same.
Okay. Roll them die.
So this will be an overall +1, and then he'll step back.
So is that
That's
that
a
a miss
fail.
by 1? That's a fail by 1? Okay.
No, that's a fail by 2.
Oh, fail by 2. Okay.
You're getting your butt kicked by an old servant lady. What kind of knight are you?
A drunk
So-
one.
I believe she
Well, you
has to
don't
make
want to
a
say that because that would be like at -2s and stuff.
she has to make a health check to recover from stun, I believe.
She's not in the negatives, is she?
Not yet.
Okay.
Fortunately for you, she's still lying on the ground, coughing up black Icker.
as he's trying to Rodney King the old servant lady.
Will step up. He doesn't have time to mess around. So he's going to do a all-out attack. He will telegraph it. He will stab to the vitals again and then slash at the neck.
Nasty.
Here's where we see the 17 and 18s.
So to the vitals.
Ooh.
You
Damn, I was
you
close.
cursed me last game when you said that.
I did.
And then this one will be to the neck.
Borrow Mills.
So that's a failure by 1 on the neck, hits the body.
Okay. She's stunned. She gets some ability to defend, but it'd be at
Minus 4.
4.
It's going to be probably a bit more than that if she's on the ground.
Yeah, I agree. So I think the mod for being on the ground is like minus, isn't it minus?
Is she considered
It's
prone?
minus 3.
So we'll go -7.
Yeah, because if she, prone, either lying face up or face down is -3.
Okay, so she didn't dodge. All right, so no armor, so that's going to be 8 points of damage.
7.
7.
Multiplied by 1.5. Round down.
Alrighty. You think she's passed out.
You should kick her just to be safe.
Have I read the book Zombieland?
I don't think so.
I'm going to let the universe decide if I double tap on a good or better. All right, so he will coup de grace.
Okay.
Wow. Looking at his GCA, he doesn't have a native language. What's his native language? Is it German?
It's Polish broken, I think.
That's not going to be a native language, though. Native is going to be native. You're going to be fluent in it.
Well, I would be sorry. Then it's probably German.
Cool.
You can add that, Ronki, if you wish.
Sure.
So you put the coup de grace, slide the stabber, I don't know, in the heart, and convince yourself she's done for.
He will take stock of the situation around him. How much is the building burning? Is there a immediate risk of collapse?
Good question.
I guess
Just,
IQ roll
Yeah, just do an IQ roll.
or observation.
I think IQ roll. Well done. You surmise that you've got plenty of time to get into this room at least to see if this gentleman can be saved.
And these
course.
windows could be opened, right?
Oh, yes.
Of course, what the GM isn't telling you is that was also a universe reaction roll just to see how close you actually are.
So you see who you presume is the burgomaster. It's hard to tell at this point if he's dead, but there is definitely this beam lying on him.
So Viet will use his sword to first break the window, if glass is a thing.
It is a thing.
Then he'll sheathe his sword. If the beam's on fire, he's going to use the bucket to douse the flames.
The beam is not on fire. Yeah, the beam is not on fire. It's smoky, but it's not on fire. And we're going to get you to do one more health check.
Here's the 18.
Well
Or
done.
not.
So if you're going to grab this beam, it's going to require strength 13 to lift off.
I have a strength of 13.
Ooh, should we have a strength 13? Should we have a strength check? Rolling like a pro. So you lift the beam off of the burgomaster and clear it from his body.
Okay. Actually, Viet would have sheathed his sword before doing this, but then he will grab the body of the burgomaster and heave it through the window, and then he will himself, unless there's more screams. Unless he
You haven't heard a single other scream except for the servant that you dispatched or extirpated. And you climb through the window, and as you do, the ceiling gives way into that room and comes crashing down.
Assuming that the burgomaster was out the window. Yeah.
Yeah, you tossed him out the window, and you just get out of the window, and you just concussive boom as the timbers crash in from above.
Quite pleased with himself. Yeah, it's going to go, I'm a big damn hero. He will drag the body away from the house a safe distance, and then he'll shout out, I need some help. The burgomaster's been hurt.
Okay, so everyone, you can all make a hearing check, this time at -2 to see if you can hear Viet's shouting for help.
Just a quick question. I mean, I see we have a perception, which is usually our hearing and vision and all that. But what if we didn't? How would I roll just hearing or just vision?
Actually, I have acute hearing, so I definitely hear him.
It's just it's the perception roll that you made. If you had sort of like acute hearing, you might add it as a pre-generated roll that you could make at a higher value.
Yeah, that's what I would end up doing if you had acute hearing. I'd go to abilities other and then put like hearing check and whatever the bonus is.
So everyone except for Sister Marguerite, I think, hears the Viet's scream, and you realize he's somewhere around the left-hand side of the building.
Well, despite having no medical skills to his name, Father Poncelet is going to advance in that direction.
And Sister Marguerite, you actually do see a number of individuals start moving around to the left side of the building.
Okay.
Hop, 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 hop.
Yeah, if she can tell, like, the building's kind of at a loss at this point, she'll start heading that way.
And as you round the corner of the burning building and the top floor starts to crash in on itself, you see a knight hauling a body and kind of trying to drag it away from the building, screaming, help, the burgomaster, he's hurt.
Right. Well, bollocks. I don't have any medical at all. I do not. Wow.
Okay. Marguerite does. If nobody else will.
Outstanding. Where is that young nun that's accompanying me?
So you see Sister Marguerite rushing over, and Viet, you lay the body out, but your war-weary eyes can already tell this guy's gone. You can see where the knife had been plunged into his chest multiple times, and the beam had clearly crushed his some pretty vital organs. So Sister Marguerite,
stabbed, he probably wouldn't have made it.
and Sister Marguerite, you can just instantly tell this guy is he's beyond help. Although perhaps Father Poncelet and Sister Marguerite, he's not beyond spiritual help.
Yeah, she will immediately, like, as soon as she notices that, she'll begin to pray. Pull out like a cross that she has around her neck and start to pray.
Yes, he is before God.
And everyone make just a smelling-based perception check, please, in the open.
Smoke and fire.
Bacon?
And also, this knight is really drunk.
All right. For those of you that succeeded, you can't help but smell a sour incense to the actual smoke.
Is it something that would be kind of like an herb? Marguerite does have herb lore.
Ooh. Sure, why not? why not try an herb lore roll?
Is it potentially a particular? Well, is Viet feeling rather relaxed and cool right now?
No, not in the least. You are so full of cortisol, it isn't even funny. And Sister Marguerite, you smell that incense, and you get kind of a strange. It's not like the incense you burn during Mass, but it's definitely something that would have potency to like burn with vigor.
She'll kind of, she's still praying, but she'll kind of stop and see if she can identify the source. Is the source the burgomaster, or is it coming from the house?
It's definitely coming from the house. And while you're thinking about that, what are the others doing as they look down on the body?
I'm reviewing something in the GURPS core rulebook.
Um,
Wow,
well-
he sucks at. If it wasn't a ordinary task, what is it, the +4 for the everyday or routine task, then he would have sucked for the last rites there.
I was about to say, Sister Marguerite could accomplish her secret objective and reveal him as a fraud.
Being callous, I'll just kind of stand there and mutter like, "Oh, more work for me. Just another body to bury."
Nicholas is like, poor bastard. But then he looks at the burning building. He's like, looks like I'm gonna have. But he's like, I'm gonna have some more work. Looks like I'll have some more work.
Nice.
Viet will be sort of coughing, catching his breath, and he will say, "He was stabbed by a crazy woman. Servant. She attacked me. I struck her down. Her body is still inside the room."
And at that point, the
Yep.
roof folds
Room
in,
collapses further.
we go, well, that's very lovely, but
And indeed, yeah. And it you've all seen, because of it's just the nature of the times, you've all seen houses burn before, but you look at this and say, this is a very strong blaze. It doesn't seem to burn like a natural fire has burned. And as you ponder this, you suddenly hear screams from the populace, and you hear the shouts of men and horses' hooves on the cobblestone. And you look over and can see a mounted knight, not dressed in plate armor, of course, but dressed nobly as a knight. And he's riding his horse around the people, and he's screaming at them, wondering and wanting to know who set the fire. And he's pointing with his finger at various people, and he's screaming, "You arrest her, and you arrest him. You, I know you're part of this. You're going to be arrested." And he's sending his men-at-arms to go about.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
going to
nice.
move behind the other 4 people that are here and kind of start eyeballing a way out.
And for those of you who have been in Würzburg for a while, you know that this is none other than Gabelstadt.
Does Wilhelm scream?
Does Wilhelm scream? So Gabelstadt is kind of just looking around with very sort of darting eyes, and
Poncelet, approach him.
and then he espies you all sort of standing over in the grounds near the burning building, and he trots the horse over to where you are.
You, Sir Knight.
What in God's name has happened here? Where is the bird? Oh my God, no! And he sees Jacob's body lying on the ground.
Yonder
Who?
knight extracted him from the fire.
Who did this? Who's killed him? I will have their head on a pike.
I'm afraid
Cough,
you have to
cough.
go into the fire to get the head.
What are you talking about? Start making sense. Who killed Jacob? How is he here? What happened?
Well, we are just now trying to figure that out.
So Valrad begins to shuffle further from the group towards any path of escape. All right.
'Cause
So
this is the same name as the dude that like murdered most of his friends.
so so he's just livid. He's just absolutely livid, and he screams for his men-at-arms to come over and start to surround you.
Volrad, when upon that command, is going to just bolt.
All right. Volrad bolts where? To sort of somewhere in the neighborhood?
Yeah, behind some other buildings, trees, wherever there looks to be a way that he can
Okay.
hide. If there's a forest nearby, there is.
Okay, there's no forest nearby. However, it is dark. There is a massive distraction. Just throw a stealth roll into the box, please.
All right. So he's going to start to be stealthy, but he is going to, because he's just so unlucky, he's going to like start to run and then like catch his foot on a root somewhere and go careening into the ground.
Okay.
And,
So, yeah, go ahead.
Probably at the feet of one of the knight's horses. Or
Okay. Okay. So let's say you try to start sneaking away. You go to dash headlong in a run, trip on that route, and you land at the feet of one of the men-at-arms coming from another avenue that was off the manor house. And the man-at-arms looks down at you and says, "Ah, Volrad, how nice to meet you. And you're exactly where you should be, groveling at my feet."
I didn't do nothing.
Of course you haven't. That's why you're running from the scene of a crime.
I was just here trying to put out the fire.
Yes, Volrad, we all know about your hijinks.
Nothing
So-
to do with this, I swear.
Is anybody else making an attempt to flee?
I'm not trying
So-
to flee. I'm trying to look around like, what the hell is going on with this village?
So, quick question: would these guys be considered like the civil authority, or are these guys something else?
No, these would be the civil authority.
Okay, so Marguerite is going to continue praying and, doing the religious rituals and whatever over the burgomaster's body, but she is gonna, kind of do the side eye on them every so often while she's praying, just because she doesn't trust them, just to watch for any moves to start like rounding us up, quote unquote.
Viet will cough a bit more, stand up, collect himself, and he'll say, Wilhelm, stand down. None of these people were involved. The person responsible for Jacob's death is lying dead inside.
It's making me want to cough.
And Father Ponsat, I know you were trying to say something earlier as well.
Yeah, I'm just trying. He's just trying to, because he doesn't. He's new here, so Poncelet does not know who this guy is. He's presuming he's a Knigget, but such like that.
Okay. All right. So, Viet, you're trying to get his attention just to say, stand down, calm down, the culprit's burning in the fire. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So do you have any social interaction skills of any kind?
I'm just checking now. I have savoir-faire military. I don't know if that's really going to be relevant here.
Well, let's see.
I do have status 3, so I can do a reaction roll, a straight up reaction roll if there's not a predetermined reaction to him.
Then, yeah, let's do that. Have a reaction roll and go at -2, please.
With the +3.
Make it at -1 then. Okay. So Viet is literally almost frothing at the mouth, and looks at you and he says, "Shut up, you drunk! What the hell are you talking about? All right, everybody, here, right here, you're all going with me now over to this barn. We are going to discuss this." He points over to the manor house's barn, which is not too far away, but quite safe from the fire.
I see His Excellency the Bishop was wise to summon me here to Würzburg.
In terms of status, where does Wilhelm stand in regards to, with respect to Viet?
With respect to Viet, let's see here.
Oh, hey, I have status 3 too.
What's your status? Sorry,
+3.
Viet? Yeah, he outranks you by 1. He's 1 level higher than you.
Okay. So, Viet will protest a little bit. Actually, I should roll bad temper, just cause.
Why not?
Great, you're going to get us killed with a bad roll. Why is it that Ronki always seems to be playing the characters with bad temper? Are you trying to say something? Are you trying to tell me something, man?
You never know.
Needs more.
I
hugs.
do. I
Do you
do. I
need
don't
a
get enough
hug?
hugs.
Is anyone going to protest going to the barn?
Viet will say, Wilhelm, this is really unnecessary. But he will, still head that way if Wilhelm insists.
Marguerite will. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you started.
Okay. Marguerite will speak up and say, "Sir Knight, I must commend this soul unto our Lord. Please, may I finish?"
And he kind of shakes his head a bit and then realizes that there's a priest and a sister there. And
That's giving him a really hard look.
and he says, "Of course, sister, of course. Could this be done? Could this be done in the stables, please? I would like his body to be brought to the stables."
We must be quick.
Very, very well. And he shouts at a couple of his men-at-arms to pick up the body of the Burgermeister and bring it over to the stables. And Volrad, you're...
I'll start to herded towards the thing. I'll keep looking to see if there might be a chance.
He's about to do that. He's about to do that. And I'm going to totally point to him and say, "You there, help them carry the body."
Okay.
Yes, Father.
So the body's brought into the stable.
Pick up the body. I'm pretty strong enough.
So the body is brought to the stable, and Gabelstadt gets off his horse and walks in, and he's kind of like running his hand over his hair, and you can just see he's actually looking a little pale, and you've never quite seen him. You've seen him angry before, but you've never quite seen him looking distraught. And the body's laid out on the straw on the floor, and he keeps looking down at the body and asks for the doors to be closed to the stable. And he's pacing.
I start to move to the doors to help close them.
And the men-at-arms having their eye on Volrad.
I stop dead in my tracks. Like, dang it.
And so he finally just calms down and he says, okay, this is bad. Okay. 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 So, okay. 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 Viet, having short, tell me again, in your own words, what happened?
Well, I came to the burgomaster's house. It was on fire. One of the servants, she ran out and told me the burgomaster was still inside. So I rushed in and found the burgomaster pinned under a beam. I don't know what room it was, study or whatever. Whatever the description of the room is. Viet will say that. There was a woman in a cloak. Perhaps she was a servant or something like that, standing over his body and was stabbing him. She saw me and then rushed at me, and I cut her down. And then,
I noticed you skip how you missed several times.
of course, I'm a big
Well-
damn hero.
He wanted to
Did-
give her a chance.
That's just, details.
It was feints. They were feints. They weren't misses.
I cut her down and then escaped through the window with the burgomaster's body.
Okay. Okay. I can see he's been stabbed. Sorry, sister. Continue with your rights. I can see he's
So-
been stabbed.
Ignoring Wilhelm, Father Poncelet is going to turn to Veit and start asking him to describe, her appearance. Just try to get a grasp of what was going on with her.
Well, there was a lot of smoke. It happened so quickly, but she, and then Viet will give as best a description as he can of what she was wearing and how she looked. Her eyes were darkened, and when she succumbed to my blade, she coughed a black ichor. I have seen death before, but I've seen nothing like this.
There are many mushrooms and other things you can consume that cause something like this. It's an imbalance of the humors.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is not good. This is not good. And Gablestadt's pacing again, and his breathing is really quite shallow. So how did the rest of you come to the manor house? What is your part in this tragedy?
I have no part. His Excellency the Bishop and requested that I come here to this Würzburg to investigate something.
Are you Father Poncelet?
Poncelet, yes.
Oh, apologies, Father. I understood the bishop had brought you here. My apologies.
And the sister is my assistant.
Thank you for everything you're doing for the burgomaster.
So, quick question. Marguerite is kind of like halfway doing the prayers and then halfway eyeballing Wilhelm. Is his behavior, is it just because he's afraid of something, or does he look like he's in some kind of health distress, like with the shallow breathing and everything?
Could you make an IQ based first aid roll?
It's always first IQ based. So technically, that would have probably been I think -5 first aid. So bam, she succeeded.
So it's definitely not a health condition. It's more genuine anxiety.
Okay.
He's
good
a
to know.
scaredy cat.
And you, and he points over to Nicholas, what were you doing here?
He was helping fight the fire.
Yes. What would I address him as? Like, sir, maybe?
Yeah, likely, sir.
Sir William. I was only trying to help, sir. I'm here, to lend my assistance in any way possible. I'm Nicholas. I'm the master builder, carpenter. I can help. He's just very flustered.
Okay. And then he looks over at Volrad. And you, rat, what are you doing here?
Master Wilhelm, as I said before, I was only woken. I was distracted from my duties in the graveyard to come help with the fire and the water. There was the commotion. That's all.
Yeah, I'm sure the truth will out in time. Tell me, Viet, how did you know to go into the manor house to save the burgomaster?
As I said, when I arrived, one of the servants came running out saying the burgomaster was still inside.
Yeah, he yells at one of his men-at-arms to go find the other servant. Bring her here. Okay. Is he dead? Is he really dead?
Out of character, I wanted to walk over there and kick the body.
Viet could stab him and say, "Yes, he appears very dead."
Oh, this is not good. This is not
If
good.
he is
Oh
not
my God.
dead, then the sister's prayers are wasted? No, that's not right.
Or
This-
stronger than he ate.
Yeah.
This is a tragedy, but
It
I
is a
feel
tragedy.
there is something more. What are you not telling us, Wilhelm?
This is a tragedy. This is an absolute tragedy. Father, would you please explain why you were brought here?
Oh boy. It is the His Excellency the Bishop is mistaken in his presumptions, but I have been summoned to because he believes you have an infestation of witches in Würzburg. But I suspect not. I have never seen a witch, nor met a kobold, or danced with a woodwife under the full moon, or traded rings with a dwarf in a cave.
Well, of course you haven't, Father. You're a priest. But I can attest to this very thing, that some of these bastard peasants have gotten themselves mixed up with the devil, and they are getting revenge on Bishop Gerhard. And this does not surprise me in the least, and I have no doubt that this is probably some form of the darkest devilry.
Balderdash. I wonder what the German equivalent of balderdash is.
Balderdashen?
Something.
Not a week ago, we were returning in the evening from Gabrun, the burgomaster and I. And the burgomaster said to me, he said, "Do you see the fiery man?" Jacob had met the fiery man on the road. The fiery man. He helped Jacob come back to Würzburg for 3 silver pieces. Now, maybe Jacob refused to pay. I don't know. Maybe this is the devil's revenge for meeting the fiery man.
Do we know what the fiery man is?
Well, let's see.
Maybe a cultism thing for like a. I should have not clicked that, but for like silly superstitions.
Yeah,
Like what-
could someone? Oh, yeah, there you go. A success by 5. Father Poncelet, you have heard the stories of the fiery man, a demonic spirit that looks like a normal man from the front, but is hollowed out and a burnt corpse from behind. Some of the beliefs about the fiery man are that for 3 pieces of silver, the fiery man will take people and bring them safely to their homes. Seems to be a character of some assistance.
But you can never find someone who's actually seen one.
Well, thank God the bishop is not here. Thank God he is not here to see this. This is terrible.
I'm wondering how I could ask that. Oh, right. I should look at my quirks and such like that. Right. I am strict and no nonsense and skeptical. Right. So he is going to inquire, Poncelet is going to inquire whether this Burgomeister Jakob was a fan of the grape.
You say you wonder, was he a drinker? A glutton?
Yes.
No.
Because
Why?
Fiery man story is absolute rubbish.
It isn't rubbish. People have seen the fiery man in these very woods.
People
I would be
have lied
careful.
to you.
I would be careful with your tongue, Father, with all due respect. You do not know what you're playing with here.
On the contrary.
Fire. Right?
Thank God the
Have
bishop is
a
not here.
few revolutionaries out, in the woods who are dressing up corpses to make them look like a fiery man, and playing on your superstitions. It is
Well-
always like this.
The bishop, he is up in Bergheim, and he's not expected to be back for another 10 days. So here's what's going to happen. Wirt, I need you as a knight. I need you on your honor to swear that you are going to take the body of the Burgomaster and you're going to take it to Bergheim. I want to make sure that he receives the proper rites. I want his soul to be secure for heaven. And I want you to take his body to Bergheim to the bishop.
Viet will take a deep breath and ponder on it for a minute. Then he'll say, "Very well, I will take him."
Thank you.
So, Bergheim, okay, that's where the bishop is currently located at.
He's up there. He's overseeing storage of food in church storehouses.
Then I shall
Yeah.
accompany you.
I would appreciate this very much because I need to know that Jacob's soul is going to be in good care until he can receive the proper rites from the bishop. Does anybody have current affairs?
People in politics.
Yep.
Okay, for those of you who have been in Würzburg for a while,
Yeah.
throw a current affairs roll out there, would you?
Would area knowledge or anything else work?
Define
No.
a while.
Okay.
Oh, well, Sister Marguerite, she's lives in an abbey not far from Würzburg. So this is definitely well within your realm.
Okay.
And I'm a frog, so old and cantankerous.
Anybody else?
I don't have current affairs. Just area knowledge, local.
Did Nicholas say he has it?
Well, current affairs defaults to IQ -4, research -4, or current affairs any -4. You want to give it a default roll there, Volrad?
All right. You said that
Same.
was defaults to.
IQ -4. Same thing for Nicholas if he wants to try.
I'm not
no.
smart, man.
Oh wow, you got an IQ of 9. You are not a smart person. That's awesome.
I'm just shy of average. Thank you very much.
Viet, you've been around long enough. You might want to give it a try.
What are we trying to answer? What question here?
Not so much answer a question as know something.
About Bergheim? Bergheim?
It just if you want. You don't have to, of course.
No, he's only got area knowledge for Franconia.
Franconia. But you can do a default of IQ -4 if you want to try the current affairs.
No, he's not particularly bright, so I don't think he's gonna even think about it much.
Wow, do you also have a 9?
I'm a little bit smarter than that.
Okay, so Mark, you're the dummy.
Well, thanks, but just because my character. Well, yeah, I am the dummy.
So Gabelstadt, he seems to be coming down with time. They bring the other servant over, and he asks her if she recognizes Viet. She says she does. And who was the servant who was in the house with the burgomaster? And she says it was Dorothea. And he asks her to describe Dorothea, and she does. Doesn't really match the description of what Viet saw, but you can just see the fear start to grow in Gabelstadt's face, and he dismisses Kristen from the stables. And Sister Marguerite, did you get the whisper I sent you?
I did. How
Okay,
fancy.
thank you. Thank you. So anyway, Gabelstadt says, thank you so much. He says, Nicholas, I understand you have a wagon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have a wagon. You are welcome. Viet is welcome to use it to take the body, if that is what you are referring to. I was going to offer it.
Thank you. I'm going to take you and two of my men-at-arms. You're going to find 2 draft horses tonight. You will find them. You will bring them here with your wagon. No one is to know. Set the body of the Burgermeister is going out of this place, and so you are going with it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anything to help. I'm available.
And sister, I hope you will accompany the father so you can meet the bishop and assist in the rites if he needs you.
Of course, Sir Knight.
And Rat,
Borat jumps again.
Rat,
It's like,
I don't want to see you in Würzburg for a very long time. So why don't you go and put some back labor into interning the body when the time comes?
yeah. Here, Gilberstadt.
Yeah, never mind. You just shut up, Rat.
That's awesome.
Okay. So, Niklaus, you go off to get your wagon and get some draft horses. The rest of you are welcome to go back to your room and get whatever equipment you want. But the Burgermeister wants you to leave first thing at dawn, and his men are going to guard the body.
I don't have a whole lot.
I have a donkey for my wagon.
Now, you're going to need the draft horses. You can bring the donkey along. You're going to need the draft horses for the wagon.
Oh,
Okay.
Volrad will probably swing by the ale house to have a drink to calm himself.
And
Are we leaving in the morning?
yeah, he wants you to leave first thing in the morning. And Father Poncelet, as you Poncelet, if you're leaving the barn for your
Canuck.
room,
You should know.
Poncelet, Juliet. Anyway, as you're leaving, if you're leaving, you will see a friar who is standing out in the lane, not far from the stables.
Right. Well, I will go and introduce myself to him to see who he is and if he can shed any light on this great craziness.
Father, may I have a word?
You may. May I have your name?
I'm Friar Corbinian. I don't know what has happened here, although I suspect the worst. Would you please take this? And he hands you a very sturdy wooden box.
Okay. And what is in this?
It is the skull of Saint Kilian, a sacred
Very
relic.
small for a saint.
But would you please take this? I wish it to go with you. May it offer you some protection.
Why would we need such protection there, Friar?
Because I know that there are dark forces at work in what has transpired this night.
There was a fire and a murder. That's all.
I think we both know that that is not the full truth, Father.
Oh, Lord. You grant me strength.
I like the background chat going on here in the chat window.
We're basically giving FX a walkthrough on the control shift and alt at the same time. It's easier to just do that so you can.
So, Marguerite, Sister Marguerite, you're trying to make yourself inconspicuous?
Of course, she likes to eavesdrop. So,
Okay.
And I also made I think it would be theology Christianity, so the player has some idea about if this is a real saint or that sort of information.
All right. Sister Marguerite, can you toss a stealth check into the box? But
Naughty? ninja nun.
You
Oh,
can
boy.
you can add a +2 to that puppy.
Nicholas is going to try to swear from the nunnery.
Those vows are so constricting.
Father Poncelet, out of the corner of your eye, you can see Sister Marguerite. She's not too far away. You get the sense that she's wanting to listen in.
Well, she's very young.
And Friar Corbinian hands you the parcel, hands you the box. I'm just going to see if I can do this correctly. Did that drop for you?
I see a thing, yes.
I'm just wondering if the item appeared in your inventory.
Well, I just dragged it over. You shared it, so I just dragged
Okay.
it into the.
Excellent. Yeah, your theology roll, successful. You recall that St. Kilian was a 7th century bishop who had traveled from Ireland to Franconia.
Oh, God, an Irishman.
He was beheaded along with his 2 companions in Würzburg's town square as vengeance from the wife of an angry pagan duke. He is the saint of gout and rheumatism.
Wow, what is this friar saying about me?
You're old, dude.
Well, yeah, he is kind of old. He's like 71.
All right. So what's everyone else doing? Heading back to their rooms?
So
What are you all doing?
Go to like probably a near place to drink or beer garden or whatever, because I'm guessing everyone's a little shaken up by what has occurred. And he'll ask around if any of his friends or if they knew what's up, or if they saw who started the fire.
What are they talking about? You're a traitor. They're not going to talk to you.
Most of this town is a bunch of traitors.
No,
They're
you're a
just not
traitor
the ones.
to them. You should have been executed too. You don't have anything to that, do you?
Nope, I really don't. But I don't know how that would work.
Viet, what's Viet doing?
Roughly what time is it?
Well, let's say it's now sort of coming in around to 1:30 in the morning.
Viet will announce that I am not feeling so well. I shall retire and see you all in the morning.
Wait, so we are leaving in the morning? I thought we were leaving immediately.
In the morning, yep. He's going to have his guards posted over the body.
Then I guess I will return to the church where I'm presumably sleeping.
You presume correctly?
I shall retire for the evening after examining this skull of St. Kilian, and while not believing, kind of hoping it'll help for my rheumatism.
Okay. It is
there is a particular name for such relics. Does anyone know what it is?
They have all sorts of names. Reliquaries, they have, just artifacts.
Carry on.
Okay. So
Go all 40K with the skull. I can start wearing a skull.
So the skull is a very ordinary looking skull, but perhaps just kept very in pristine condition. But you have no idea if it truly is the skull of Saint Kilian. Who knows?
I am skeptical.
And Sister Marguerite, what are you going to do?
So with fatigue points, are those things you earn back after sleeping, or is it something you have to roll for every day to get them back?
Just rest.
Yeah, just rest replenishes your fatigue points.
1 per 10-minute rest.
Faster than that. I think it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah, 1 per 10 minutes or 1 per 5 minutes if you're fit.
Okay. All right. And she is fit. So Sister Marguerite is actually
She's
not going
attractive
to.
and fit.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
so she is going to be concerned about the strange smell. Like, would she be able to place it at something like sulfur, something that was coming from the house? or some other material that she knows of what it is, or is it just she just kind of smelled it?
It was a definitely not a scent that you would have just associated with the burning of a house. You're suspecting some sort of propellant of some kind, and you suspect from a particular root that grows in the nearby forest.
Okay. So she is actually going to try to intercept Father Poncelet as he is on his way back to the church and say, Father, a word, if you please.
Of course.
And when we were near the house, there was a certain smell that was coming from inside, and I recognized it, and it was a certain root that comes from the nearby forest, and the purpose is to make the fires burn faster and hotter. It seems as though perhaps Dorothea or someone else was using that to make the house burn down more quickly.
Yes, this is a common practice. People who are trying to hide behind superstition will utilize these sorts of things to make the less lettered and less knowledgeable believe that magic or sorcery or witchcraft is involved when it's just oil and strange things such as this.
Yes, it's just strange as to why they would have wanted to kill him.
He's
You
a
know.
representative of the bishop, and they were revolting against the bishop. This knight should be very, very cautious that he is not does not find a blade in his back while he is sleeping.
That would be very unfortunate.
These are the terrible times.
Yes.
Yes, there's probably many of the common folk don't like or didn't like the Burgermaster and what he represents.
Yep. And I'm going
That's
to be
true.
like insisting that it's not magic, even when we run into the evil dark side witch who's shooting lightning.
Good times.
Gasoline route.
Was it the title of the adventure that gave it away? I don't know.
Right. But that was all, Father. Thank you for your time.
Of course. Go with God.
And Marguerite is actually not going to go straight to sleep. She's going to go back to her little the cell or wherever she's currently sleeping. She's going
Dance the
to
night away.
no, she's going to go back and ritually pray for to see if she can get some kind of guidance or vision of the future.
I see why you were asking that question.
Yep. So she's going to go spend an hour on her knees praying with her mother's crucifix, basically digging into her palms, trying to get some kind of idea about what's coming the next day or further out.
Okay, excellent.
I thought you had to be doing a handstand and lifting rocks to get those kind of visions.
Probably not. But
remember your
How
failure
far
in the
away?
cave.
Full ride before heading back to work and then to bed. We'll swing by the rectory and see if he can score a little bit of sacramental wine for his little.
Okay.
You're gonna get a hell for that.
It gives him good luck. It counters his ill luck.
Actually, Nicholas kind of notices that you like to drink a little bit, and he makes the wine barrels and the barrels that they use here for liquor and beer and wine and all that stuff. And sometimes he's got some perks. Sometimes they'll give him a barrel as payment. So he offers like, hey, help me get the draft horses and all that stuff, and I can share with you.
But it's got to be the sacramental wine. 'Cause, I mean, regular wine doesn't give you luck.
Well, he looks over at before she leaves, Sister Mary. He's like, well, maybe the sister would be willing to bless the wine for us.
Borad will look really sheepish.
That's
So-
right. We're going to run into a witch and we're going to throw holy wine on them. Not holy water, holy wine.
Hey, it's still there's water content.
Holy wine brewed from the gasoline root.
There it is.
Beautiful.
This is where you guys are going to be breathing fire on the witch.
Fine. Yeah, he'll assist Nicholas get the stuff ready, I guess.
By any
Sister
chance,
Marguerite in the rectory's praying, so he's like, can't get to the sacramental wine, so I'll just have to do something until she leaves.
so by any chance, does the sister float, or is she made of wood or anything like that?
She's a duck. She's secretly a duck.
There it is. The evening passes. However, Sister Marguerite, in the box, an IQ roll, please.
Throw it in there with Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Okay. Sister Marguerite, in your fervent prayers from about 2 to 3 in the morning, you get a vision of a fiery figure on the road, a muddy road, and the fiery figure is pointing off into the forest, into the tree line, walks towards the tree line, turns to you, and beckons you forward, and then sort of disappears in a wisp of smoke, and you see silver pieces at where the figure's feet would have been. And then you come out of your feverish prayer and collapse asleep.
Cool. Thanks.
And in the morning,
How far away is Berg time?
well, funny you should ask.
I'm going to ask, how far away is it? Actually, I'm not going to ask. Father Poncelet is going to ask because, this whole German place is confusing.
So here's a map of the area. You're
Cool.
in
We
Wurt-
go straight through the woods.
You're in Würzburg, and yes, Bergheim is about 10 miles as the crow flies.
But there seems to be a lot of pointy green things in between.
And if anybody would like to make an area knowledge or navigation roll, they're welcome to do so.
As long as we don't travel through the woods at night.
That's why we God let us invent roads, so we didn't have to do that.
Unless
I know what
the
happened there. You double clicked.
unless the hexes are needed on the map, you can hide them, and it'll still do the scale properly.
Oh, that's true. I didn't, in preparation for all this, I forgot that I had put the darn hexes down.
Unless we are fighting giant monsters.
Well,
No,
funny.
It's more we have to colonize each hex as we're going through it.
Funny you should say that. Funny you should say that. Let me correct that.
Survival rolls along the way.
All right. So, does anybody need to take a break? I see that Sister Marguerite has to take a break. Do you want to go for an intermission?
Yeah, I need a quick break, if that's cool.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, let's do that. Sure. Okay.
Coffee break.
Right.
Do I do /AFK?
Going on
Is that what
break.
it is?
I just right click on my my token and select the AFK button.
Excellent. Welcome back. So the journey to Bergheim. It's about 10 miles as the crow flies from Würzburg. But all of you made your area knowledge or navigation rolls, and you suspect that with the heavy wagon bearing the corpse of Burgomaster Jacob, it's going to slow things down. So you think it's going to take you closer to 6 hours to probably transit that space over to along the roads. But you know, those of you who live here, you know that there's two little roads. There's one that leads through the forest a little bit, and there's one that goes along the River Main. You also know that of those two roads, bandits are known to prowl the road going through the trees.
That's because that's the road we're going to take, being PCs, of course.
Of course. However, there is the Southern River Road, which is safer. But it is, of course, not quite, spring or summer. We're at the end of winter. It's still known to rain or sleet. And you've heard that heavy rains have washed out a good deal of the southern route, making it quite muddy in places and perhaps impassable with a wagon, although you don't know.
So, Sister Marguerite, if we're actually discussing which route to take, Sister Marguerite will say to Father Poncelet, I prayed to the Lord last night and he answered, and the route he showed to me seemed to go through the forest.
Near the bandits.
They're not so bad. I mean, yeah, bandits.
Forest
Wait.
is haunted.
Which is known to be the better road.
Oh, for sure.
In
The
that-
southern
in-
road, it's
Yeah,
way
in
better.
the when I mean better, I mean the
Which is going to get us in trouble.
No, I mean which is less likely to get our wagon stuck in the mud.
Likely the route through the forest, as the southern route along the river is the one that traditionally gets a little muddy and bogged down.
Ah,
But we have Herr Heinling. You are a knight, yes? Yeah?
Yes,
You will protect us.
where's
Of
his
course.
horse?
I have a horse. I'm wealthy. Of course I have a horse. Are you crazy, man?
Well, if the northern road is the one that is generally considered just better and less likely to get stuck, then we might want to risk it with the bandits because we don't want to it'll normally take us 6 hours to get there, but it's going to take us 12 because we're stuck in the mud for 6 hours.
I am a knight. These bandits would be foolhardy to try and stop us.
Well, let's see. Who else do we have that's an actual fighter?
I got my thumping stick. I'm pretty handy with my thumping stick, and I kind of show a ball mace.
You need to get a
Because
shovel.
I am not a combat guy at all. In fact, my character actually has the total you cannot kill pacifism.
You know what's funny is I have no problems killing. I'm callous and bloodthirsty. Or I have
Yes,
bloodlust.
you're a piece of crap. We got you.
Wait, I just don't. When I choose not to care, I really just don't care.
We suspect that you do things to the bodies.
I'm not a psychopath. Much.
Yeah, he buries them.
You have no evidence. Conjecture.
Is this
Witness?
is this wood a dark forest? It actually says dark walled. So dark wood.
It says dark wall, dark forest. Lots of fir trees. It's very thick, very dense.
Nicholas says that he's just saying this because it's on my character sheet, but he fears the woods. His brother got disappeared in there some years ago, and he will not go into the woods at night.
Well, good thing we're going in the day.
Yes, but they are still hunted.
Nonsense. There's no such thing as ghosts and goblins and all that nonsense. It'll be good for you to get past this fear.
So underneath, you guys, he's a little bit overweight, like I said earlier, but you guys can see he's got lots of muscle, and other than his demeanor, he's a little bit passive, maybe a little bit timid. He does seem pretty capable physically.
Would it be possible to bring my shovel with me?
Nope, the shovel disappeared. It was tragic.
People keep stealing my shovels. I have a hard time keeping shovels around, apparently.
So yes, you do realize the forest road is perilous, with refugees and others turning to banditry, and neither the bishop nor Gabelstadt have had the time or manpower to clear the forest of brigands. So that is well known. But it's equally well known that that southern route, the less dangerous route, however, has had washouts, so it may slow you down. So you're exactly surmising it as you should.
Well, I want to get this taken care of as quickly as possible so I can go back to France and get out of Germany. So I'm, Poncelet is all for taking the northern road. Let's get there, get it done.
Am I overconfident? No.
Nicholas agrees. He doesn't want to take his wagon where it might get stuck and damaged. And, he'd rather take his chances on the shorter path.
Yeah.
The shorter path will save us time, and the bandits will not harass us. I'm sure of it. We shall be safe.
Well, there you've heard it, folks. Come on now. So
I figure I'm going to be pressed to
Nowhere near Mickey.
bury this dude, so I will keep bringing my shovel.
okay. So it sounds like you're agreed somewhat on taking the
Oh,
forest
yeah,
path.
I'm agreed to the forest path. It doesn't bother.
Yeah, it's
Volrad.
fine.
He's used to the hunting in the forest.
We're gonna absolutely run into bandits, and they're gonna immediately go, "Volrad, hey buddy, haven't seen you in a
Hey,
week.
Shh, quiet.
Did you manage to whack that burgomaster like you said you were going to?"
Exactly.
X9. 999. Sei leise bitte.
All right. So you guys decide to go through the forest road, and you make your way out of Würzburg and continue on into the dark Wald along the forest road. As you go along, a heavy snow begins to fall, a wet, thick snow. Let's see if Weitz kicked up an image for us of this. Ah, yes, indeed. Look at that. It's a very good dark Wald.
Where's the snow?
And you get some ways up the road, and it isn't long before
Come
you
the bandit.
smell a horrible, disgusting smell. Viet, you recognize it instantly as the smell of a rotting body.
I know the smell.
And you see a body not far off the road, just sort of casually thrown up against a tree, lying there. Decomposition has started.
Just out of curiosity, does this particular stretch of the road that we're on look at all like the vision?
No, it does not.
Okay.
So, forest road, trees other side, dead, decomposing body off to a tree.
Viet will have a look around, just, cautionary glance to see if there's a potential ambush, and then he will ride up to the corpse. I shall investigate. Stay back if you wish. It is not a pretty sight.
Meanwhile, I'm probably already getting off
death,
the wagon.
death is not a pretty
walking over
sight.
there.
So you walk over to the body. Indeed, it smells horrible. Yeah, things are starting to eat at it. And you see there are 2 broken arrows jutting from the chest.
Clearly suicide.
And the shoes are removed. I'm going to retcon that. Sorry. I'm going to retcon that. Sorry. This is not decomposing. That's my bad. It's a fresh kill.
Died recently.
It's a fresh kill. You instantly tell it's a fresh kill.
Poncelet will look back to the people that are from Würzburg and ask if any of them recognize this fellow. Also, you, pointing to Volrad, come over here. You need to. I want you to put him on the wagon as well.
So, who's all going to go over and take a look at the body?
I'll take a look at the body.
Yeah, because I'm going to have you carry the body back.
Oh,
Marguerite will also go take a look.
Yeah, I'll go see if I recognize him.
Okay.
We turn back and the whole wagon is gone.
If you say, "Oh, that's the guy I buried last week," then I might not go through the forest anymore.
So you gather around the body, and Nicholas, you instantly recognize who this person is. It kind of takes your breath away. This is a man named Klaus, who's a very talented tenor that travels back and forth between Würzburg and Gerbrunn. And if anybody has current affairs or would like to default current affairs, throw it up in the chat.
Was it the -4?
Booyah. Even Poncelet, even though I'm not from the area.
With the exception of Poncelet, sorry.
So sad. He makes a sad face. Wait, no, that's just his regular grumpy face. Never mind.
Anybody else going to try defaulting that?
All right, I'll default. Damn.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Wow.
Turn the cheats on. Well done.
That's because Rigel didn't say anything.
That's it. So, Vit, whether you share this with the party or not, and same with you, Sister Marguerite, but Sister Marguerite, you know that there were rumors that he was having an affair on his wife, and that, yeah, he was known to go up the road and get some on the side. Vit, you knew that as a fact because
You went with
he told because he told you one night when you were drinking with him in Würzburg that he'd go up to Gerbrunn so that he could see wife number 2.
wife number 2. I'm fairly certain that means he's going to hell.
Did we know the name of wife number 2?
Number 2.
Mary.
Why?
Okay.
no, they were both named Mary. That way, you didn't have to worry about messing it up.
Do we know if wife number 2 had a husband number 2?
No, that you don't know.
Right. Okay. So we'll have the grave digger relocate the body into the wagon, so we can take him with us and let that be known.
Is there anything while they're looking at the body? I'll kind of poke around, or see if there's anything left behind.
Why do you tell?
So you kind of look around
Kick
the
around
area.
window,
Yeah.
see if there's any coins left behind.
Stop, Wally.
Can I get some search rolls from everybody, please, if you're looking?
Search. What is that default to?
Perception
Perception.
-5.
But don't worry, I found it.
We're just kicking around in the snow.
Right. Okay.
Yes,
So
Father Poncelet. I'll get the
Poncelet.
body. That's what I said, sir. Poncelet.
oh, hey, I actually have search.
To Poncelate it.
Okay. So Father Poncelet, you do find a a hatchet and a tanning knife.
Well, they belong to his family, so we'll toss them into the wagon and turn them over to the family. Maybe he has a boy.
Are you going to continue up the road?
I expect we are, but a bit more cautiously.
You're
I'll
going to put.
definitely have-
Are you putting someone on point? Tell me how you're ordering yourselves.
I'm
Viet
probably gonna
will-
walk beside.
Viet will go first. He'll be sort of
Oh, we have
riding a little bit.
Party order sheet, don't we?
He'll be riding up a little bit up front. He will have his shield strapped onto his side, looking very knight-like.
Okay. Volrad, Nicholas, where will you be?
Actually, as depicted in the party order sheet formation. That's perfect. I'll be walking
Oh.
beside the wagon.
Okay. Nick,
have my or pull out the round mace just in case, because
I think Nicholas. I think Nicholas, you've got to be like actually on the wagon, leading it.
The wagon's going to be more than one hex. I'm going to be
I'm-
sitting in the wagon.
I'm the I got the teamster, so I'm probably driving.
Okay, so we'll put Sister Marguerite and Father Poncelet in the back of the wagon with the bodies, and you're driving, and Volrad, you're walking alongside.
Yeah, I'll probably be walking right alongside the horses, making sure and looking out for anything that's jutting out of the road to call out any threats to Nicholas.
Very
So,
well.
walking
I have
next to
my
the
hammer
horses.
out on the bench next to me. Well,
Very well.
you guys are talking about a party sheet. Where is that at?
Click the three
Under-
people icon up the top right.
Oh, inventory and order. Okay, I see it.
So you continue along the road, and Viet, within a few minutes, not too long, but within a few minutes, you can hear voices up ahead. And if you want to make an IQ-based perception hearing roll, can we do that?
Well, that's just
No.
perception.
That's just perception. Make an IQ check then. It doesn't take you long to figure out that not only are these voices raised with irritation, but somewhat irritation with each other. You guess there could be about 5.
Viet will sort of stop, tell everyone to hold up. So we can't see anything at this point. We only hear it.
You can hear it. There is a curve up in the road ahead.
Then we can send the skulker forward.
Um,
Let him see what's going on.
Yeah. It's just a gentle curve in the road ahead. But with the trees, you can't really quite see. You think it's just where the curve starts, somewhere just into the tree line.
Well, Viet will say there are people up ahead.
What is Volrod's status level anyway?
-1.
Okay, yeah, that means like several of us are like constantly telling you
however,
what to do.
But you guys I do have a reputation as a loyal servant, a level 2 to almost everyone in the clergy.
Yeah, but I'm not from around here. I look at you and I go, "Oh, he's a grave digger." Vite probably looks at you and says, "Oh my God, look at this skulker. He'd stab me in the back if I wasn't careful."
Hey, I'm not that. What? No, never. I actually
Status -1. We Vite
I'm a
and
loyal
Poncelet are
servant.
four levels higher than you are.
Volrad is a good boy. He is. He works hard. He doesn't want to go back to farming pigs or anything like that. He likes his job. He legitimately likes his job because it's not doing pigs or farming.
What shall you do?
Well, Viet will dismount
But I know a
because,
thing or two about woods.
as he knows, but no one else does, he never really learnt how to fight from horseback. So he will dismount and he will say, "Wait here. I shall try and get eyes on what is up ahead, just in case it is an ambush."
What kind of armor are you wearing?
Brigantine.
So I suspect your stealth isn't particularly great.
I don't even have a stealth skill.
So
I'm just like going,
Father
yeah, I'm
Poncelet's going to hold up a hand and say, "No, we'll send the skulker first."
Sister Margaret.
I gotta look around at everyone.
Yes,
wondering
you.
who the skulk. Me?
Yes, you.
I sigh,
forward.
and I look askance to the sister. It's like I don't understand why he doesn't like me.
Do you,
And then-
you actually have the stealth skill?
Yeah, I
I'm
do.
presuming you do. So
Yeah, he's a woodsman. He has woodsman skills. So.
And
Have you-
sister
yeah.
will, if you look at Sister Marguerite and ask her that. She will look at you and say, "Fear not. God has promised to deliver us through this forest safely. You will be well."
He'll smile and nod at her, and then take heart from that, and I'll be right back, Sister, Father Ponchalel.
I glare at him again.
Yeah, as
And
soon
then
as he's out
skulk-
of earshot, Sister's going to lean over to Father Poncelet and
Poncelet.
say, 5 silver. He doesn't make it back in one piece.
Gambling is a sin, sister.
Harsh.
I'm kidding.
That's hilarious. And you know what's funny is he's got a cute hearing. He probably heard
Mistrust him. He has an ill-favored look.
you.
Viet will follow up a little bit ahead, but he realizes he's making too much noise, so he won't go any further.
I saw Giger's comment on the Twitch. He's like, and then she remembers the Burning Man in her vision was Volrad.
Oh,
There was some similarity. Oh no. I come running out of the forest
Oh,
on fire.
that vision. Sorry, I mixed up my visions.
my bad.
All right. So Volrad, you decide to start making your way up. Are you going to hug the tree line of the
I'm gonna
of the
use
road?
maximum cover.
Okay.
I'm up.
So-
Excuse me, I'm down.
You'll get to kind of where Viet was, and you can hear the voices now, quite irate. So what I'll do is get you to make a stealth roll in the box, please.
What's in the box?
Okay.
Oh, and I do have acute hearing, so I don't know if that matters much in this.
Right.
scenario. Like level 3 acute hearing. I hear very well. I got good ears.
Level 3?
Yeah, I hear it's
Wow.
really good.
What's your regular perception?
10.
Okay, so you got a 13.
Yeah, but still.
So Volrad, you carefully and quietly make your way up to sort of around the bend, moving from tree to tree and shrubbery
Did you
to
get-
shrubbery. And
What's
as
funny,
you
though,
move
is you
closer,
failed it so
you
bad
could-
that everyone's watching. Oh, sorry.
you can see about 5 individuals looking not unlike yourself, armed with spears. Guy's got a bow, another guy's got like a shield and sword, and somebody's got an axe. How close do you want to get to them? Let's say you're about 10 yards away.
I'm only gonna get as close as I can till I can hear the conversation well enough to take back what I hear. But
All right,
I will
then.
take note of their weapons and numbers for sure, and I'll be ready to like absolutely tear off back the way I came if I feel like I've been seen.
Righto.
You're going to feel a hand on your shoulder say, "Do you feel in charge?"
So make a hearing roll at -2, please.
That puts you at 11. Good job.
Okay, so what you hear is they're arguing about between themselves or amongst themselves. One of their number apparently was actually badly wounded in the assault that they just laid on Klaus.
Way to go, boss.
And another guy is trying to clumsily stitch him up. And you can hear them sort of just saying, like, "I told you he was dangerous. I told you." And another guy is saying, "Shut up. We should have had the drop on him. You all shut up. I'm the leader here. And Kitzold, you're not our leader." "Yes, I am. And what did we get off of him anyway? Not very much." "Well, that's because he's spending it on 2 wives, you moron." So it goes something like that. Was I hitting the right button? Did everybody hear that?
Yep. I'm just was writing a note to write the guy's name that I heard. All right. I will back away and sneak back to the group and report what I heard.
Bandits, great.
Yep. 5 of them, sir. It looks like a couple of swords, shield, a bow. One was wounded. It looks like a clots. Clots. Did
Clothes.
did a number on one of them.
Okay, so question I have here is Vite.
The leader is
impulsive?
Kitzold, or he thinks he's the leader.
Is Sir Vite impulsive?
He's not.
Okay, good. Then he won't just say, screw it, we're in this and charge forward. Because bandit, they can't do anything to a proper knight, right?
Of course they can't.
But I don't see Father Poncelet wanting to just charge forward and attack bandits. At the same time,
One of the numbers is wounded.
that's not the point. At the same time, how far along are we on this in this trip? Is this like about the halfway point or so?
Let me drop something on the map here. Hang on a second.
Because if we're like around the halfway point, we probably don't want to backtrack and then try to go to the south route.
Nicholas says, well, maybe they'll just let us pass. They might not mean us any harm.
I find that difficult to believe.
All right. Well, I dropped something on the map. I don't know if you can see it.
Is the plague a thing at this time?
The plague? Yeah.
Let's see. It is over. It lasted, or it ended in 1352. So that was what, 48, around 52 years ago.
Okay.
I mean, the big plague. It's still. I'm fairly certain the bubonic plague continues to last today. It's just, it's not as bad as the Black Death. Why are you thinking of just sort of declaring, hey, better move aside. We got some plague stuff here.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
But who has the fast talk capability of pulling that off?
Not I, said the fly.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like looking at the stuff like, nope, I've got diplomacy of 11, and well, I can.
What
try
sort
to
of armor and stuff were they wearing?
Nothing really. Well, what he repeats back to you is they weren't very well armored.
I say we proceed.
Well, I don't know them, or I didn't know any of them, did I? I didn't recognize the names.
Absolutely your old buddies.
Nicholas says that, he's just like, there's no way that they would attack a member of the clergy, with Sister Mary and Father and Viet as a knight. He just doesn't believe it.
You have led a sheltered life, my son. But
They
I will
would be
defer to you,
fools
Sir
if
Vite.
they raised a weapon to us.
All right. Well, as everyone's discussing this,
You're going to sneak away and report them to it. Hey guys, hey, there's some dudes and there's a really pretty nun there too.
And one of them got past a really cool box. Maybe there's treasure in it. Volrad will lean against a tree, and
unlucky.
He's unlucky. And the tree was dead, and it tips and creaks and starts to fall into the forest. And he looks up at everyone like, that wasn't my fault.
So we'll make that one better. It doesn't fall into the forest. It falls over onto the road in front of the horses carrying the wagon, and spooks the horses. And we'll get Nicholas to make a Teamster check to bring them under control.
Any modifiers?
Minus a big
Oops.
Why'd you have minus 5?
I had a minus. For some reason, I had a -5 in there.
Yeah. All I was going to say is you clearly you didn't fail that. You just made it, right?
By 0, yep. Success by 0.
So the horses will neigh and the wagon will jolt forward. And so the tree crashing down, the horses spooked. Nicholas, you get the wagon under control, but they did kind of make a noise, and you made a noise to get them to calm down. So you're pretty sure your surprise is now gone.
Well, wonderful.
Habe ich das geht? Did I do that?
Okay, right. Well, so we are blocked from proceeding forward due to the tree?
No, it doesn't cover the whole road. It's just part of the road.
Right. In that case, we should probably just have Nicholas go, yeah, and just charge through them before they can fully get situated.
Through the trees?
Yeah, no, I mean, through the probable bandit.
So as you're discussing all of this, you look up the road and you can now see 5 men kind of standing across the road looking at you.
Well, that's bad.
Viet will draw his sword and he will say, "You there, stand aside."
Oh man, these guys are gonna
And
go up. It's on.
they don't stand aside whatsoever, although one of them is holding his stomach in a way that would suggest he's injured.
He will turn to was it Volrad that went up ahead?
Yep.
He'll turn to Volrad and say, "Which one was their leader?" Just quietly.
Oh, like the one on the left.
Yeah, it's the guy with the shield
ugly
and
one.
the shield and the sword.
That one. Yeah.
Don't have intimidate.
He told
Marguerite
you
is going
to stand aside.
Marguerite's going to kneel down in the wagon and pray for protection based off of like the vision she saw
Guess not.
with the Burning Man.
Viet says, "You'll get no bounty here. All we carry is dead corpses.
Thick ones.
It is not worth your lives to fight over bodies. You will end up joining them in our wagon."
That's gonna be funny. We end up in a place and it's like our wagon's full of dead people, and they're like, "You were supposed to just bring the Burgomeister." Yeah, well, things happened along the way.
Yeah, mistakes happened.
Pointing to the wagon. Die Kranken. The sick.
What's worse is we started out with one wagon of corpses, but now we have a few wagons with corpses piled high.
All along the way, Volrad is muttering that his back is really going to be sore.
All right, so Viet will sort of start stepping forward as if he's going to fight. He's not sort of backing down.
One moment, please.
Uh-oh. There are things appearing on the combat tracker.
So Nicholas has on occasion hired thugs to do some dirty work for him. I'm wondering if he recognizes these as any of the thugs that he's hired in the past.
Damn, they are really far away.
Ooh, that's a good question. You're going to have to get closer.
They're really far away.
27 yards or so.
Yeah. 20 to 30 yards away.
Do any of them have ranged weapons?
There was one bow.
One has a bow. I think some have spears.
Well, this will be interesting. I think we're all about to die.
Can any of you use a crossbow?
Nope.
Nope.
I can use a bow, a regular bow.
Oh, I can use a bow.
A
Bow,
crossbow?
not a crossbow.
I know. But I corrected myself. I said a bow. I mean, it's point and click interface, right?
So the leader kind of waves his sword at you and shouts out, "Come here. We have a special gift to give you."
Is there anything I might be able to do to savoir faire servants? Streetwise, I don't know if I can converse with these guys and like, hey, just let us go. We got nothing. It's just a dead body.
Another guy says, there's a toll for this road, you know. Why don't you come forward and pay it?
Very well. I will. And Viet will sort of go to his horse. He'll sort of whisper, trust me on this. He'll go to his horse. He'll sort of, maneuver his horse so that his horse blocks their view of what he's grabbing from his saddles. And he'll put his shield down by his leg, so resting it up against his leg, and he'll recover his crossbow.
Nicholas says, I'm sure if we pay them, they'll let us go by. Like, they seem trustworthy.
They seem like a trustworthy sort of bandits.
And as he's fetching his crossbow, he'll say, "What is your fee?"
Well, come closer. We'll discuss, yeah?
Well, I am getting my coin right now.
Is that a woman with you?
She's very ugly.
No, that's our gravedigger.
Sie ist sehr hässlich.
Yeah, we'd take all your silver and the woman too.
So,
if Marguerite hears that, she'll say, absolutely not. And you're not sure if she's talking more about the money or herself.
I'm looking at the
Naughty
wagon, trying to
ninja.
figure out. I'm going, are we going to have enough room for their bodies in this wagon?
so is it Viet able to ready and prepare his crossbow using the horse's cover?
Oh, yes. Come on now. Pay up, or you can just continue to turn around and leave the way you came.
Father and the sister.
Once
And I will have my small round mace. And I actually look like I know what I'm doing with it.
everyone's going to be seeing what Viet is doing, obviously behind the horse. So once he has his crossbow ready, he'll sort of step out from behind the horse and take aim at their archer.
Okay. Let me find the archer for you.
So Marguerite will see what he's doing and see him step out with the crossbow, and probably not in time to stop anything, but she will be like, no, we can't start this. And she'll try to get down from the wagon, but it will probably be too late at that point.
Okay, so it's Bandit 3. So at this point, they see that I've got the crossbow and you're taking aim.
You should turn on the range modifiers.
Thank you. Okay, so that's what you do. You sort of take aim at their archer, and you hear Kit's soul say, bad
weird.
move. So they're going to now charge.
Oh dear. Nicholas has a couple of Hail Marys to himself.
I'm not seeing the range modifiers. Maybe you need to not reshare the map.
So reshare or not reshare?
Okay, no, I'm seeing it now.
Okay. So your targeting will go to Volrad next.
Well, seeing that they're ready to charge up, I'll take a step and just start watching them come, preparing for their inevitable charge.
Okay.
But I don't want to leave the father and the sister undefended.
Okay. Nicholas?
How do I do the range thing that you guys are doing?
You just target. So control click the thing that you want to target.
Oh, okay, cool. Who just went? Was that Viet? No, Viet.
Yeah, Volrad was the last person to act.
And we see, and they're all charging towards us, the bandits.
Well, they haven't quite yet, but when it comes their turn, they're going to be making movements towards you.
Okay, so I see them coming towards us. I will position myself reluctantly, and I'm telling them, please, we don't want to hurt you. And I will position myself. I'll take a step, kind of in front of Sister Mary and Father Poncelet, and kind of guard that
Poncelet.
general area. Poncelet.
Poncelet. Okay, very good. Click the next button in the combat tracker, please.
Next in the combat. Okay. Let me find the
Little
combat
down
area.
arrow.
Yeah, little down arrow.
The cross swords in the top.
And then the down arrow. Okay.
There you go.
I think Ronki always did that for us.
You should
Sister
stop.
Marguerite.
So she is protesting the violence and is trying to get down from the wagon, but is kind of held up short when Nicholas steps in front of her and Father Poncelet.
Poncelet.
So
I'm gonna have you corrected the whole time.
Yep. So that's, I think, what she's doing this round is protesting and a little bit of movement.
Bloody jerk.
All right. Ronki, can you add an aim effect, or do I add it for you?
I can add an aim effect.
Okay. Kitzold, yeah, he shouts, yeah, bad move, get him, and he begins to move. You notice the one who was injured, he does not move forward. Father Poncelet.
Oh, very well. He will stand up from his where he is sitting on the wagon.
I don't believe in witchcraft, and he casts a magic missile.
He
What are you
yells
talking about?
out, yeah, he yells out, "You shall not pass."
I am the servant of the secret fire. Sacred
Wow,
fire.
you are your status 3.
Yep.
Wow.
He's pretty high ranking, I think. All right, Vite. Do something cool.
Continuing to aim.
I'm going to switch hands from move the mace to my offhand and draw a dagger, or draw my knife in my primary hand.
It's my turn.
Nicholas.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Nicholas is at the ready, or he's basically doing a wait maneuver. If they do somehow get close enough, then he's all out defense. Let's just say, dodge +2.
Alrighty, just hit the turn tracker there.
Sorry.
Okay, Marguerite is she's basically going to do the same thing. She will go ahead and draw her knife, but she's just taking a defensive posture. She's not looking threatening.
Very well.
No, you're wrong, Mark. I'm not gonna cast a spell. I'm gonna go all, old Chinese master wuxia guy on these.
There you go. That's what it is.
He's gonna start running and he's gonna jump and land on the shoulders of Vite, and then jump and land in the tree branches, and it'll be awesome. Oh, hey, we finally have a wagon. Continuing to start working his way off the wagon. He's too old for this crap. Yeah, he was doing this crap 30 years ago, before most of these people were even born.
Yep.
Vite.
Let's see. He will wait 1.
If you do that, I think you lose your aim.
No, I'm thinking if he aims 1 more turn. No, he's going to loose.
3.
And this will be an all-out attack. So he's had 1 extra turn of aim. We don't have the modifiers mod loaded. Let me quickly math this.
Oh, I thought I did have the mods.
So he's actually going to be firing on +1 skill.
Telling you, you're going to roll a 3. Maybe a 4. Okay, I was wrong. Well, there's a 4 in there.
Did I get Anything
Braced, because you're using the horse.
could do.
Brace with the
Braced would give a +1
+1.
I would make
Success by 0.
if the GM allows it.
Well, sure, why not? So that would be a hit.
That would be a hit, yes.
Spot on hit. Okay, hang on. He's going to try to dodge that puppy,
He's gonna miss. He's gonna roll an 18.
and he missed his dodge.
Message for
Message
you.
for you, sir.
Beat you.
Jinx.
Ooh,
Hey, you know what you forgot to check there, Ronky?
D6 for vitals.
Or just if the tables exist. Nope, they're not in there.
so that was a body shot.
It's not hitting the vitals.
All right, so body shot, so it's double damage, so 16 points of damage.
Ow.
And then he will drop the crossbow.
So Bandit 3 just kind of stops in his tracks and is
Looks
going to
down at that bolt. and goes,
is going to begin to pitch forwards or backwards, one of the two, downwards.
Ow. I'm going to. Can you? You can't aim a thrown weapon, so I'm just going to
Yes, you can.
evaluate.
Yes, you can.
Okay, then I will begin to aim at Bandit 1.
Okay, do you want to drag a aim effect over to your
Yes.
please and thank you. Nicholas.
I'm gonna do this. Sorry, that time is my turn. I'm gonna stay in all-out defense mode and then just end my turn
Okay.
until they get in range.
Yeah, same thing for Sister Marguerite. Defense.
What is Kite, the other guy in the back? Do we see him doing anything?
He's moving seemingly towards the tree line.
Father Poncelet is grumbling under his breath softly in French about being too old for this crap, or being too old for this nonsense as he's continuing to get out of the cart. Bones and muscles don't work the same way they used to.
Viet.
Right? That would be awesome. Of course, I think that would probably freak all of us out, as we probably don't even know what a monkey is.
Why am I not hearing the dings?
I'm hearing the dings.
That's because I had my speakers turned off.
Haha.
Start readying the shield again.
Aim 2. Because on aim 2, since it doesn't have an accuracy, it's the first time it gets a +1, right?
Yeah, once you've aimed for 1
Yes.
second, you've that's correct.
So yeah. So with a handheld, you have to aim for 2 seconds to get the +1. Gotcha. Cool. I don't think I've ever aimed with a thrown weapon before.
Nicholas, you're targeting everybody, are you?
I'm trying to figure out.
To untarget them, you just control click on them again.
You're good.
And if you need to, you can just hold down both mouse buttons and drag on the map, and that'll just draw an arrow. And then to get hold down both mouse buttons and just drag on the map, and you'll draw an arrow.
Oh, neat. Okay.
And then you just right click, I think it is. No, sorry. You click both buttons again, and it'll go away without dragging.
I did not know that with the both buttons thing.
Neither did I. I always did the right click pointers remove
Right?
pointers thing.
I know. I'm like,
If you hold down Control, Shift, and Alt, it draws the different types of arrows.
Control Shift
What?
Alt.
you speak craziness.
You
Okay,
learn
anyways,
something
but
new every day.
Every day, exactly.
That's a really big circle.
I don't know if we wanted to tell Com Junkie that now there's going to be even more arrows everywhere.
Know, right? I'm gonna be like arrow.
Geometric shapes everywhere.
You get an arrow. You get an arrow.
Oh, but it only does one at a time, though.
Yeah.
Darn it! I'll have to manually do all
At
the
any
other
rate,
arrows.
what is? Oh, he's.
So, Nicholas, you're continuing to all-out defend?
I'm all out defending, and I'm telling them, please, guys, again, just kind of begging them to leave us alone. We don't want to hurt them.
Sister Marguerite?
Yeah, pretty much the same. She's going to be keeping Father Poncelet kind of
Poncelet.
behind her.
All right.
I wish I had
Kitzold is going straight, continuing straight forward.
Right. This is when I start breaking out the wuxia stuff. I could jump from there,
Goes
land
into
on
bullet
Nicholas's
time.
shoulders, then jump again, kick Kitzold in the face, somersault off of him, and then attack number 1.
You see Bandit 3 finally kind of hit the ground.
Did he fall forward or backward? Because if he fell forward, that may be worse.
Yeah, he just kind of crumples to the side and is kind of rolling around.
All right, I think I'm finally off the cart at the end of this turn. So he's going to grab his. Well, he's 71, and it's been like 3 seconds. He's moving fast for a 71-year-old, and he's
That's
going to
true.
grab his quarterstaff. I think it's a quarterstaff. Let me check. Yeah, quarterstaff. That's probably
Yeah,
older than all of you.
yeah, we'll finish readying his shield.
And throwing a dagger at Bandit 1.
It's 2 yards away. I don't think there's a penalty for that.
Nope. Ooh. Dang it. Should put some stank on that. Like
Bandit 1. Bandit 1 will try to dodge. Fails miserably.
Woohoo. Come on. Oh, no special damage.
So that would be
Ooh, good
4
damage.
points of impaling.
4 points of impaling. So that's 8.
Now we'll take a step to the side.
Where you can
And-
hide behind the Knigget.
Heck yeah. I ain't dumb.
This is kind of cool to be able to generate images on the fly.
Oh,
So who's next? Who's next? Nicholas?
Yeah, Nicholas, this time he's going to take a weight maneuver. And if any bandit gets within range, he's going to he has a form of reluctant killer. He's going to not literally close his eyes, but role play, kind of close his eyes and swing and attack. Telegraphic.
yeah, that would clear out the -4 from reluctant.
Okay.
And then he'll do it as if you allow it, instead of torso, it'll be just the random hit location.
I see. Okay.
Anything
Sis-
that he connects with.
All right. Click the, there you go. Thank you.
Sister Marguerite is going to continue to defend and remain kind of in a protective position in front of Father Poncelet.
Poncelet.
Oh my god. I have a random question. Bandit 4 shows like a little +1 yard.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that's happened. Not entirely sure.
He's 1 yard up. He's increased in height. He's floating.
Ooh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I don't know how I put it on there.
We all
Alt.
learned something just
Alt
now.
mouse wheel.
Ta-da!
That is
Wow. Now, does
cool
it
as
actually
fuck.
change the distance? Does it do the math for you?
I don't. No, it won't. But now that I know it's there, I can certainly have it do the math.
No. Oh, that would be awesome. Because then you don't have to do the Pythagorean theorem all crazy-ness.
So
Yeah.
Bandit,
Wait, what just happened? I was not even remotely paying attention.
If you click Alt, if you hold over your token and use Alt and mouse wheel, you set your height.
Interesting.
I'm already 6 feet under.
No,
There you go.
There you go. Now you're 6. Nope, that's bigger.
And Meanwhile,
That's
Daniel's
control.
"Oh,
It's Alt.
really?"
But yeah,
so
I can
Bandit
change that.
1 is going to do a move and attack on Volrad.
Wow, he's still upright after getting that 8 points of damage.
Yeah, he passed his health check.
Well, hey, he's just mad that I heard him. I don't blame him, but
And he misses with his axe.
Ooh, that's nasty.
And he'll do a move and attack at -4. But you took a wait strategy. Do you want to
Yes.
do something first?
Yes. I will do. I'll take my attack. So it's net. You
So
know, plus
are you
0.
are you literally closing your eyes as you swing?
He's no. Well, he's not closing his eyes like for blind attack or anything like that. But he's got the. If he can see the face of the person he's attacking, he's just like. He's like, oh my god, I don't want to do this, but he sees no other option.
Okay, I see what you're saying. He's wincing.
Yeah, it's a role play. Yeah, he's wincing, and I want to do like the random hit location if that's okay.
Sure.
And then I just click here. Let's see. Double click.
Wow, good hit.
I don't know that I've got the random hit location up.
Lame.
I do have the chart if you want to roll it. I'll tell you what you got.
Do I drag the little 6? I don't know how to do that. Let me see.
There, I loaded GURPS 4E tables.
No, that didn't work.
Just click on that, what I dropped in the chat box there.
Well, that's the right. That's, yep.
Okay. Left arm. Okay, let's see if this guy can defend. He's got a spear, but he's going to try and dodge.
And it was telegraphics. I don't know if he gets a bonus there.
That doesn't matter. He failed. Roll your damage. It's a strong boy. 6 crushing.
Crunch.
The bandit does not fall down. Bandit 3 remains stunned. Bandit 4.
I think Bandit Stu still gets his action though, right? Because I interrupted him. Unless he's
Yeah. No, he's not stunned. He made his health roll. Okay, yes, we'll retcon back to Bandit 2 here. So he's got his spear. He's going to try to attack you with it. And he's just going for a body shot, that's all.
If he hits, I'd like to do a retreating dodge. Maybe like set to the side of the horses.
He succeeded by 0.
Can I move there? Is it for a retreat?
Sure.
Or do I gotta go back?
That's fine right there. Well done.
Sweet.
And Bandit 4 will close. And that's all he'll do. Father Poncelet.
I am moving. That is all I am. Well, I'll go ahead and do this. It's -4 on a move and attack. Unless, yeah, so why not? Been a while.
So we're going to learn that Father Poncelet is like a ninja.
Bandit 4 will try to dodge. And he fails. 5
It
points
gets
of
to
crushing.
the body. Yeah.
Viet.
He will turn his attention to Kixold. Fast draw his sword. Whoops. Just take the first one.
Denied.
So he'll spend his turn drawing his sword.
All right. This is bad spot. So I'm going to have
Isn't
to.
there a rejoin button?
Is it possible to? Is it considered 2 actions or like a double attack if I, ready grip? Because I have my weapon in its offhand. Can I get it to the right hand and still attack with it at a penalty, as if it was a double
that's
attack?
ready. You're basically having to ready it.
Okay. Well, then
I think isn't there a quick
There's
ready?
Well, if you have grip mastery, I know
Right. Yeah. there's a
Yeah,
perk.
grip mastery, it takes that away. But okay.
No, that wouldn't be grip mastery because you're switching hands.
Well, grip mastery would mean I'm just bringing the second hand to it because it's a 1 or 2-handed weapon. So,
Oh, okay.
but in this case, it's because I'm currently holding it 1 hand. So to go to 2 would be a ready action, or if I had grip masteries, I don't. So I'm going to go. I wasn't ready for this guy to get so close so fast, and ready to a 2-handed grip. And
Sorry, I came back early. I got smacked by an enraged slime.
I was going to move back, but then I realized that would just completely expose poor Viet's back, and I didn't want to do that.
Nicholas.
I'm a much nicer guy than you guys think.
Liar.
Well,
Okay.
you are a suspicious slut.
I'm gonna do another telegraphic attack, same as before, to bandit number 4.
Okay.
No, we're gonna find out his sister Marguerite is the ninja. I mean, she is a naughty ninja nun.
Well, first there's going to be a large flash of light. We're going to wonder what happened.
No,
And she's
these
going to be
guys are
standing
just
there.
gonna start falling down, and we don't know why because we're not looking at her, so we can't see her throwing shurikens at them.
Exactly. She throws the little smoke bomb thing first, and then they're all down.
Well, we got snow apparently.
Bandit 4 will try to dodge and fails.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of broken ribs and stuff from getting hit with that hammer and me smacking him with the quarterstaff.
All right. So you did 8 crushing to the leg.
Ow.
That might be crippled.
That might be cryptic. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can hear a sickening crack as his leg breaks under the hit impact of your mace, and he starts to go down.
Oh, Nicholas, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he's like, Jesus, please forgive me. I know not what I do.
All right, click on.
Yeah, sorry.
Here come the shurikens.
Sadly, no shurikens. She is going
Ooh.
to.
They're crucifix shaped.
She's going to move to try to protect Father some more. Gandalf.
What are you talking about? I stepped up there and smacked this dude. I got a pretty decent idea what I'm doing. I was doing this crap before you were born.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that would be. She could go ahead and do an attack. So I guess move and attack. So that's what, a -4?
-4, capped at 9, unless you burn the point of fatigue.
No, we'll just take the -4 because she really doesn't want to fight.
Yeah, sure, she doesn't.
She doesn't want to reveal her awesome kick butt skills just yet.
She tried.
Okay.
She's just kind of doing the same thing as Nicholas and kind of flinching and just go with God, poke.
Well, to be fair, number 4 did kind of fall down.
Getzold will attack Viet with his short sword. Just doing a swing. And he missed. Kite is out of this combat. He flees into the woods.
He's like, yeah, no, no.
Bandit 1 is going to try to attack Volrad.
Critical hit in the
Ooh,
neck.
possible hit.
All right, so I'm going to feverishly dodge out of his way while side slipping around him.
So feverish defense.
Feverish defense with a side slip. Retreat style. Oh, nope.
Nope. It's not looking good.
Oh man.
You're about to die. Max
Ouch.
damage.
So what do you got for armor there?
Depends on where I'm getting hit. In the chest?
In the
it's,
torso.
Torso, 1. No. It says winter clothes gives me 1 against cutting.
So that would be a 9.
Ouch.
Ow.
Half move and dodge.
Not with the modifier, though.
Oh, and then cut gives you a half again.
Wait, cut? That guy was using a spear, wasn't he?
No, he's got a great axe.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yep.
That would be
cut's a half.
13. That would be 13 points of damage.
Ouch. That's really going
Oh.
to hurt. That's a major wound. It's a health roll instead and not go. Hey.
Oh,
But I
good.
have high
0
pain
hit points.
threshold, but I have 0 hit points.
All right.
Ow.
Ow, indeed. And I don't have luck because I'm unlucky.
Number 2 is going to close in on Nicholas. Step and attack using his spear.
Right, that's good.
Possible hit.
It hurts. It hurts.
I'm gonna do Nicholas is gonna do a all out defense. 2 defenses.
Only-
Choose right now.
Yeah.
Attack.
What's that?
So you have to take that as a maneuver at the beginning of a turn.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
can
So
do
you.
feverish defense.
That's right.
Is that just a +2, or can I still take that other option of 2 defenses?
Feverish can.
You can do feverish, and then if you're doing a dodge, you could just do a retreat, which I think that'd give you a total of
Step back is
+5
a-
to it.
Yeah, if you do a dodging retreat,
Dodge
so
to
give
there.
ground. Yeah, give
Can I-
ground gives you a +3, and feverish gives you another +2.
Can I do I have room to step in that space? I don't know, like where the horses are at and all that stuff.
You got room.
Okay, so he's gonna do feverish defense. Does that take away my attack, or do I still have an attack on my turn?
So-
yeah,
yeah, next-
take your note.
Yeah. Next turn you can choose a new maneuver.
Okay, so +2 and then a +3, so +5 to my dodge.
Yep.
Oh, don't fail.
All right. There we go.
It's better than the skulker.
Bandit 3 is slowly getting to his knees. Bandit 4 is slowly realizing he's fallen and he can't get up. Father Poncelet.
I am spending this action changing my grip to so I can reach have the reach of 2.
Viet.
Yet we'll say, Volrad, watch your back. He's going to strike at the torso of this guy.
Why did
Did you
you
have
have DB2?
Whoops. Doesn't matter, I failed the roll anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not exactly covering ourselves in glory here, are we?
Do I have luck or anything? Negative.
So weird that the knight has got such a low skill.
I wonder. Yet will move to protect Volrad's back.
All right, I will move to his rear side, or to. Well, I need to make the health roll to move, and then take a swing at this dude. But
So you-
high pain threshold does not pass out. Yay! I don't pass out.
I think I actually built in a roll for you on other for that.
So he's going to be a -2 for defense.
I can't get up.
That's what I ever
My-
do
my-
here.
my-
Round mace coming at him.
3.
I want this to be a mighty blow.
So you're gonna all out attack.
No, just mighty blow from the. Oh yeah. Well. Oh,
1 point less.
1 point less, and that he wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. But
As it stands, he can do something. It's just going to be at what, -2 from a side hex?
Yep, rear side. Yep. Well, it technically is a rear for him, I think, but because he saw where I'm coming from, it counts as a rear side.
Okay.
My turn.
Oh, he's got to defend here.
Oh, sorry.
He failed.
Woot. All right, so that was his. There's the two-handed. There should be a +1 in there. Actually, there's going to be a couple of different because that was also, so that's actually 5 because it was two-handed. I get a +1 with 2 hands with this weapon, and because it was
Yeah, you
mighty
did mighty
a
blows.
mighty
I think
blow
that's
is
what's good.
another +2, +1 per dice. So that's going to be 5, 6, 7 crushing. Oh, to his rear, I might get a spine. Nope.
Okay. So how many points in total?
7.
7.
Steven.
Steven.
Nicholas.
Damn, that dude's
Okay.
still up.
Nicholas.
No, he's
And he's like, all we want to do is get the frickin' bird wherever and take the
I just wanted to take
bird.
the body.
Ah, and he just like swings. Telegraphic again.
Why do you make me hurt
Oh.
you?
I missed.
failed.
Telegraphic is. Oh, yeah, because you have the thing. You have the
Yeah, -4.
Okay. Does 4 look like he's like down for the count, or is he just looks like he's gathering himself to get back in the fray?
Well, hard to tell in a 1 second time frame. He's just sort of kind of getting himself up maybe onto his elbow.
Okay. Go with God. Poke.
I love it.
Yoink, that's like
Yoink.
Okay. So he's on the ground. And that's what? Bandit 4. Yeah. No, he's he drops his weapon as he's writhing on the ground. We'll roll for damage.
Ooh. Oh, -2.
So 6 points of impaling.
Maybe she stabbed him in the vitals. Yay!
Apparently so.
That's times 3.
I don't know what that does.
Times 3 damage instead of times 2.
All right, hang on. I'll go back to Bandit 4.
She's murdering people.
I know.
And the knight hasn't hit anything yet.
Naughty ninja nun.
No, you shot the dude with the crossbow. Pretty
this is true.
solidly.
There are some days that I miss playing Maraziel, so this is one of those days.
Well, just continue to channel Maraziel through your naughty ninja nun.
You don't
Okay,
remember
so-
how she rolled when she was playing Maraziel.
All right, we're going to go back to Kitzold attacking Viet, swinging at him with his sword, and misses. Now, Bandit 1 is lying on the ground, but still conscious. Bandit 2 is going to take another poke at Nicholas, and possibly hits.
I can do a feverish defense again for the +2 and a retake.
Yep. Every time you do feverish, that costs a fatigue, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, you're a ways away from falling unconscious from fatigue loss.
Oh, failure. by one.
Oh,
Jim's going for that TPK again.
so you take 2 impaling to the chest. If you don't have any armor, it'll be double, so 4.
Okay.
I think we have winter clothes. Oh,
I have winter clothes, but you said that was cutting.
I thought
Oh
the
yeah,
follow-
it's cutting. Yeah, you're right.
Bandit 3 is
Reconsidering his life choices.
Bandit 4 is unconscious.
All right, so from where I'm at, I'm doing an overhand strike, basically telegraphed, at number 2 with the extra reach.
Sure thing. Success by 7. Bandit 2 succeeded.
That sucks.
He succeeded by 3.
That really sucks. He needed to miss so I could break his collarbone.
All right, I've been rolling shit, but I'm confident.
Turn on your hacks, man. We won't tell
No. If I
You
do
got
that,
Mel's
then it'll
dice.
become too obvious.
you.
But I am going to spend a fatigue for a mighty blow, and I will swing at this guy's torso.
All right. Kitzold, what's the defensive bonus for medium shield? Is it 2?
2, I
Yep,
think.
TV2.
I will step there too as well. So I'm in his side hex.
Which won't matter since when he just turns to face you again.
Okay, he's going to try and block.
18.
And he succeeds by 1.
Damn it.
Volrad.
So Volrad
Daniel's,
Bloodlust
Giger-
takes over, and
I'm thinking Giger's over there, laughing in Reynald with the hi, remember this? It's a shield fight.
so Volrad because he's injured and everything else, he's gonna unfortunately let his bloodlust take over. I gotta make sure I stay conscious. Man, I should have saved that roll. And he is going to
I don't
take
think you have to
a
make that for 0. I think you have to make it for under, but let me double check.
I think if you take further damage.
Yeah, carry on.
so he is going to
No, you're right.
all out attack, telegraph, bring this mace 2-handed down into this dude's skull with a mighty yell. Is there? I know its skull's normally in -9, but since he's prone, is there any bonuses?
-7.
-7. Okay. -7 for the skull, +4 for the all out, 4 for the telegraphed,
Like, it's taking
two-handed.
too long. You guys are slacking off. What kind of knight do I have that has a 12 skill?
That's going to be a big old splat if he doesn't try and.
Right. I'm just reading up the rules. 0 hit points or less.
Uh-huh.
You do have to make a roll every
Yep.
turn. Yeah.
Yep, that's why I rolled.
Okay, so you success by 4.
Success by 4. This is, I'm guessing if he's dodging, he's going to be half move and dodge like me.
I think
But
it's going to be a pretty critical success for him to even not get hit here.
This is
And
where
he's
you roll a
prone.
3.
And then I trip and fall in the snow, and we're both on the ground.
And he doesn't dodge.
So that's going to be 7 points to the skull. He gets 2 DR unless he's wearing a hat or something for an additional, but that's going to be multiple 4x multiplier. So 5 times 4, 20 points to the skull, unless he has a helmet or something.
I would say you dash his brain in, and he's very much dead.
I don't feel good about that as me. I don't think Volrad really cares. He's callous and, well, has a bloodlust.
Mr. Pressel.
And of course, I'm sure the nun saw that from the direct line of sight.
It's
So
fine.
he's
She's
doing
done
an
that
all-out
before.
attack. Telegraphic, can those be combined? So +4
All out and
+4.
telegraphic? Yes, but realize that all out leaves you without any defense.
Yeah,
That's bold.
and he's going for the he's just going to go for the torso.
Okay. All right. Bandit 2 will try to dodge
18.
and fails by 2. So roll damage.
Yeah.
Crunch.
Oh, I
Ooh.
rolled the wrong thing. Sorry.
Like 3D damage. Nice.
Wait a second. Oh, come on.
All right. 5 points crushing.
That's going to hurt a bit.
Still gonna hurt.
Sister Margarita. Bandit 4 is unconscious at your feet.
All right. She'll spend this turn to she'll just kind of look a little bit shocked by what just happened and just kind of mutter go with God, and that will be her turn.
Kitzold will try to attack Viet.
Kitzold is right-handed.
Misses by 1. Bandit 1 is quite dead, I believe.
Well,
Bandit 2
Oh, if nothing else, he's at -4 for the shock penalty.
takes a step back and starts to realize this has gone terribly wrong. Bandit 3 passes out. Bandit 4 is passed out, which brings us to Father Poncelet.
He's going to step into that hex and do the same thing as before. I doubt he'll be successful. Oh, well, that's pretty darn good roll.
That's a pretty good.
Yeah,
strike
but he
there.
gets the +2 on the defense. So,
You say Bandit 2 gets a +2 in defense?
yeah, because this is a telegraphic attack. But hey, he could roll like an 18. That'd be great.
But instead he rolled success by 5 and dodged.
That's lame. I hate him.
Viet, come on now.
All right.
The clergy are doing better than you.
It's embarrassing.
That's right, we are.
Again, spending another fatigue for a mighty blow.
The clergy and the architect. Let's not talk about the graveyard guy.
He will try to block.
So this is like the fight in Iron Man with Black Widow and Happy takes on the one guy and it's like, I got him. And meanwhile, there's a hall full of
Exactly.
dead guys.
So he failed by 1.
Whoa!
About
You
time.
actually hit.
Woohoo! Ooh. Yuck, that's gonna hurt. Whew, that's a lot of damage.
So 8 cutting. He's got no armor, so that would be 12.
12. What's his strength? Or what's strength -2? Is it less than the damage he took? As in the base damage, not the modified damage.
Yeah, no, his strength is 12. He stays standing, but he passes out. So he falls down.
He stays standing, but then promptly fences.
Yeah, no knockdown. Save that, but passes out.
So he's down.
Yeah, he just collapses.
Well, hold on. Oh, I guess this is an appropriate moment to. Okay, I'm rolling my bloodlust against that. Okay, I'm not gonna just straight up murder, kill, but I'm going to take a
That
few
guy's
steps.
still up.
Yeah, but I'm also got this big old fat gash.
Oh yeah, you have to make a consciousness check.
Yep. So I'm gonna move over here and catch my breath.
Okay. So you're still standing.
I'm still standing.
You
Not
didn't
as strong
have
as
to
I
do that.
ever was. I got a big cut on my chest, bleeding like a stuck pig. But I'm still standing.
Please stop.
Nicholas, what do you do?
Can I do? Can you combine a heroic charge with telegraphic?
You could do a giant step.
Giant step. for
Yeah,
one
that
fatigue?
would be one fatigue. But I don't. Oh yeah, heroic charge, or it would be in that case. You could just do it as a giant step, and without having to take the move and attack penalty.
Okay. So let's say a giant step, and then I'll just do telegraphic +4, and then I'm behind him. I can't see his. Oh, I'm not behind him. He was facing me. Oh, never mind. But I guess he might. Smart bandit. Sorry. I guess it doesn't matter. But I will take a giant step just to kind of change the facing a little bit and do a telegraphic. So that's what. Miss probably. Oh my god.
Whiff. It's because you keep
And
closing your eyes.
Sister Marguerite.
All right. Things seem to be moderately under control. Marguerite is actually going to head over and start checking on the rat.
Because you can hear him going, "Oh God, I'm gonna die."
Sister, I think I've been cut.
So she'll move over and try to do some first aid on him.
Gonna reach
Okay.
Is
grab
it
his
bad?
intestines. Yep, you're gonna die.
Do you want me to go ahead and make a roll or wait until next turn?
No, that takes.
Oh,
like 10
yeah.
minutes.
We'll wait till the combat's over.
Okay.
So Bandit 2 drops his spear, steps back, drops his spear, and puts his hands up.
Wise choice, my son.
Bandit 3 is unconscious. Bandit 4 is unconscious.
Just gonna step over here and say, that was a wise choice, my son.
The combat is over.
Doot doot doot. And we are about 30 minutes over time.
So yes, we can call it here because these one shots are never one shots.
Nope, never. There are always 2 shots.
And we'll pick this up again as a filler at a different time.
That sounds good to me.
Well,
Keep
there's
me informed. I
3
know
more
I'm-
sessions of Sea Dogs.
Yeah,
2 or
2
3. Not sure.
I know after Sea Dogs is done, I'm gonna be on a break. But if this gets picked back up, just keep me informed on Discord.
What are you talking about? He's gonna die of infection.
I probably am, but I mean, I won't die necessarily in the next hour or 2.
Are you sure? You
I
don't
don't
know
know.
what that naughty ninja nun does.
That's true. She
Meanwhile-
might need human organs to power
Uh-huh.
her diabolical powers.
I mean, she's fit and attractive. She is clearly the witch.
she's probably the Dark Witch.
So who-
meanwhile, she's over there spitting into the dirt. Like I read this in the Bible, and starts trying to smear it on the cut.
Make sure there's some worms. Make sure there's worms in there too.
Sister
So
I thought that was
Marguerite.
for blind men.
Doesn't the Bible have something to say about killing people?
She didn't kill anybody.
Yes, but not self-defense.
So we'll close it there. We are going to have to remember that, Volrod is severely wounded, and Nicholas equally is not so well. I guess it's not that bad, but he's taken a good hit.
Well, we could take care of the first aid rolls now. So any recovered hit points, we can add them, and next time you open up the Fantasy Grounds file, it will be already adjusted.
Very well. First aid, tech level 2, 3, 30 minutes per victim. Help hit points restored is 1d minus 3.
Minimum 1.
Okay.
So sure, make that first aid roll. Excellent. So 1d minus 3 restored. If you want to shake it, or if Volrad wants to shake it, go for it.
I'll let whoever's getting the first aid make the roll.
Right. Do your own
Oh
damage.
man! Yeah, I'll take it.
Minus
Excellent.
3, 2 points.
2 points.
Is there anybody else who needed a first aid?
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Oh no, he's going to get super excited that the pretty nun is putting her hands on him.
Please. Oh.
Uh-oh.
He got
Maybe she got a little excited putting her hands on him.
Yeah. No, he made
Like,
he
you
made a
got
crass
muscly
comment.
under here.
Yeah, he made a crass comment or something, and she like, nope.
You do get to repeat attempts. It just means technically, who did you do it on?
That would be the second attempt to patch up Nicholas.
So Nicholas should have to make a bleeding roll. So a health
I was
roll.
gonna say. I was probably bleeding to death.
Yep, he died.
So
It's tragic.
Nicholas would bleed 1 hit point, but then you get to roll
And it-
d6 minus 3 for the first aid.
And she's going to make him roll it.
Oh yeah, he rolled it. Oh.
All right. So you get 1 point. 1 point.
I'm not bleeding.
You bleed 1, and then you heal 1,
Now I'm not bleeding.
and then you're
Right.
not bleeding. Yeah.
All right. Well,
And then we toss the corpses onto our cart.
Loot the bodies.
also, there's some prisoners we can take with us to
That's right.
appropriate parties, and it also can like interrogate them for
I think there's only
any
one.
information.
Oh, you said
Well,
oh no.
you-
No, they
said
were
interrogate,
unconscious.
not-
There's only one
Yeah.
dead one.
Yeah. So there's one dead.
They smashed his head in.
Right, but we're not going to first aid those. So they'll probably bleed out.
We might.
Given the option, Marguerite will actually insist on first aiding the ones who are savable.
So there were 3 that were unconscious, and 1 died, and 1 escaped.
One didn't die. One was
He wouldn't have.
killed.
The guy that got hit with the arrow, he wouldn't have escaped far because he would have passed out.
He didn't
He's still
escape.
over there. We gotta.
No,
He-
he's talking
he-
about the guy who was already wounded.
That's right. Kite. He left early.
Oh,
He was
right.
like, he didn't charge forward and said, "Oh, there's one that just went down. Screw this noise."
Speaking of, if he's Volrad's definitely gonna take hold of that bow and whatever's left in arrows. I can use that
I'm
along
not
with
sure
a
if
couple
we
of.
should trust you with it.
I
Viet will
just saved you guys.
Viet will recover his crossbow bolt from the one that he shot. So half damage going in is applied as he unceremoniously pulls the arrow from him.
Okay. There are 3 successful first aid. One of them bleeds 1 because there was a failure, and then if you want to roll the hit points, they get back.
I'm
They
gonna
won't
say-
get hit points back. They'll only get 1
Yeah, I'm going to say
because you
that,
have an hour.
you're stabilizing them, essentially stabilizing them. That's all. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, just making sure they don't die.
they're not going to die.
Well, all men die.
And we're going to leave it at that. I'm going to go into the outro.
Points?
Points. Let's see.
1,000.
1,000. Let's give everybody 2 points. I hope you have been sitting comfortably and enjoying this story of medieval intrigue. If you enjoyed this adventure, why not head over to www.oneshotadventures.com to see all the great adventures available to download. Who was your favorite character today and why? If you have questions, corrections, suggestions, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. And thank you for watching. Olympus out.
You missed a W. You said WW.
www.
See
Good
ya,
night,
everyone.
everybody.